At this time, I'll ask everyone to please stand and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's once again time for Hometown Nights under the Friday Night Lights, Friday Night Football here on the Columbus County Schools social media networks and on 89.9 WZCO. I'm back, Kevin Toman, for my sixth season. Brett Burrs, you're back for, what is it, number 4, number 5?
Something like that. They all run in together, and something like that. They all run in together, and I can't keep it, straight. So I'm just here, baby. That's all I'm worried about.
Yeah, too many candles on the birthday cake.
Well, I'm getting close to that half-century mark there, so and not even going to tell you if I pass it or not. But you know what, Kevin? I've been getting ready for this moment. I've watched all 5 seasons of Friday Night Lights. I'm pumped up, ready to go, and I'm ready to see these Columbus County teams kick some butt.
Okay, welcome back. Let's dig knee-deep into it right as we start, Brett. West Columbus, bounce-back season last year. We've watched them for 4 or 5 years grow.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years ago, 15, 16, 18, 19 kids. Only a couple kids on the sidelines, and then all of a sudden, last year, most wins for a West Columbus team since 2009, and the South Columbus game could have gone either way, and after that game, you could see a new West Columbus team in that they knew they can play with anybody in the conference.
Yeah, you can make bumper stickers that says Viking football is back because I think the crowd's excited about it. You got people pouring in here. We do go back to the South Columbus game last year, which is always a rivalry game. And, West Columbus was right there, ready to take that win, and just the Stallions just pulled it out of the mouth of the Viking, and I think they're ready to come and play in this conference and,
but then again,
contend.
That very next night, that very next week, they came back with a chip on their shoulder. They played with a tough Whiteville team.
Yep, they did. I was very impressed, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do this year. I know that their first game last week, they pretty much, from what I understood, made a statement.
Come out with a 55-0 win over Union, and again, they grew up. They lose on Majay Lowry. They lose the Hill boy to aging out, and you lose to nowhere Happy Feet Mac.
Mm-hmm.
And they look to reload this year with some known names, but kids with a chance to step up.
I think these new guys are excited to step in and play some varsity football. They've seen the leadership that left last year, and I think those leaders that left last year has left a mold for them to come in and be able to just fill them shoes and you keep Viking football going. And, it's exciting for this area.
Had a chance to talk to Lamont Williams in a convocation this week, and we were talking about how success breeds success. The numbers they had going out to Ashley this year, to do some camps. And the numbers they had at the sports camp this year, the football camp, kids want to get involved in this program now. You look down at the West Columbus sideline now, and there's wall-to-wall people.
Yeah, which is a lot different than a lot of programs. There's a lot of programs that are now suffering with youth and coming in and stuff like that. But it seems like, West Columbus in this area is actually growing a little bit faster and getting kids out here to play this game, especially at a younger age.
Again, that goes to your West Columbus youth football program, and their numbers there are just exploding. That youth football program is showing up because that first group of youth kids that played football are now starting to be your JV and your varsity kids.
Yep, I agree. And, it's just – I think it's great for the community and great for these kids. And I saw on Facebook that a lot of these kids were going to summer camps. They were excited about it. And, when you take your off time to try to get better at something, then it means a lot to you. And something meaning a lot to you is going to show up here Friday night on the football field. It's time to get paid tonight.
Exactly. West Columbus looking to go 2-0 for the first time since 2005. I know there's a lot of buzz in the community. These stands are starting to fill up. The Cerro Gorda, Fairbluff, Evergreen, Chaburn community, they're getting excited about these young Vikings this year.
Yeah, they are. And, they got the cross-county rival, West Bladen, coming in here. West Bladen played South Columbus last week, and, South Columbus beat West Bladen pretty good. And, I'm really expecting, West Columbus to put up a great game here tonight and, be ready for, the South Columbuses and the Whiteville's of this area.
A lot to look forward to in Columbus County. Some great football yet to be played. And if you're West Bladen Bladen's got a question tonight. We don't know if their starting quarterback is going to play. Yeah. He did have 90% of their offense last week, but he left late due to an injury, and we have yet to see him on the sideline. So we might be looking at a new quarterback and an unknown and a underclassman coming out and playing quarterback for the Knights tonight.
And I can guarantee you if that's the case, Kevin, West Columbus knows that, and they're going to try to go after that quarterback as quick as they can, just try to put pressure on that quarterback, because any young quarterback coming in that hadn't led a team is going to be a little bit raw. And I can guarantee you if you're Coach Williamson, you're going to go straight after, the new
see what
quarterback.
The young man's got, absolutely.
Yeah.
West Columbus won the toss, has elected to defer. And we are on the radio, so we will make sure you know that West Bladen will be receiving the ball going from left to right, and the Vikings will be on defense to start the first quarter going from right to left.
So basically West Bladen is going toward Chaburn, and West Columbus is going toward Fairbluff.
There you go.
Okay, that might help some of our people out there. Because then when you say that north and south and east and west stuff, that throws me off a little bit too. I know where Chaburn is. I know where Fairbluff is.
Spoken like a true geography teacher.
That's right,
Brett Burr is that great civic and economics teacher for South Columbus. Make sure we're on the right side of right.
And we want to give a shout-out to everybody out there listening tonight. It's been a while since me and Kevin have been on the air, and we're excited about being back. And I know we have a lot of followers out there because I've had a lot of people
We actually
ask.
got something brand new for you this year. Not only do we have our telestrator that we're going to teach you how to use this year, but we got our very own announcing intern this year. Travis Lemon is going to be joining us at halftime, and we'll see if we can get him on a little bit during ball games this year. But Travis Lemon is going to be, interning with us here. As right now the Knights take the field.
Kevin, I was hoping this year that there may be like a still shot of us or a selfie up that they could throw up every now and then, but you're still against that, right?
Exactly. I went ahead. I've been told we have two faces that are made for radio, and I put it in our contract that there will be no still shots and no close-ups.
Oh, you signed the contract this year.
Yeah.
I hadn't signed mine yet. Did you get a raise?
I renegotiated. I'm making double what I made before.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to have to talk to the powers that be and see if I can get mine doubled also, which would go from 0 to 0. Here we go. We love it, though. Me and Mr. Toman volunteer and do this because it's for the kids, it's for the community. We want to get, some excitement back in this area.
Brett does it for that. I do it for the sausage dogs and the funnel cake.
Well, I bought you a sausage dog tonight. So
that's what I'm saying. So, but here, we do have a couple of spots this year, but if you are out and working for, say, Dunkin' Donuts in Wyattville or maybe Highway 55, or maybe you got some funnel cake down there at the concession stands, Brett and I do take donations.
You know what? We've asked for years but never received.
There you go.
The good Lord says if you ask, you'll receive. Mm-hmm. So I still have faith this year we may get a sausage dog. Here comes the Vikings. Everybody's excited. Get ready for Friday Night Football here at Viking Stadium.
Okay. hometown nights under the Friday night lights, Brett. Nothing better than high school football here in southeastern North Carolina. And we're about to tee it up and get after it. So if you get a chance, tell your friends, tell your neighbors that we're on Friday night tonight. And, once again, we'd like to thank the great folks at CCCA for helping us broadcast. Connie Falk, Kelly Jones, and the great students at CCCA helping us broadcast for another year. And it's about to get real. And for Brett and I, this is Christmas. Get a chance to come out here, call ball games on a Friday night. And I'll tell you, if you're a high school kid, like you said, it's time to get paid.
Yep. And, we're first, second game of the season. We're still in the hot part of the season. So, we'll see if fatigue and heat plays any kind of play in this game. It's not like it's going to be, the coolness of the October and November night. So, take a look and see how well these kids adapt to this heat and come out to play. But, like I said, Vikings getting ready to kick it off and get it started over here in Sarah Gordon.
Ryan Strickland looks to tee it up for the Vikings.
Is Ryan a senior this year? I think he is.
I think he's a senior.
Yep. Has done a great job over the last week. I think he was, they said, 6 for 7, an extra point. So that's a big part of the West Columbus offense right there.
And away we go on Friday Night Football. Ball taken and around to the left side. He looks to go. He takes it over midfield to about the 48-yard line where the Vikings will take over 1st and 10.
Tydrick Stewart caught that on the left side and took it up the side and had a couple of blocks there and pulled it up to about the 50. Good field position for the Knights.
Nice take over 1st and 10 on about midfield. And let's take a look and see what the quarterback is.
I got a feeling we may be calling that Tydrick Stewart's name a lot tonight.
Mm-hmm. So
we'll see.
Again, the West Bladen quarterback injured last year. Who's teeing it up behind center?
We're sideways here. We need a spotter in the sky, but we'll tell you here in a minute who's under center. In the shotgun.
Twins left, I formation. Motion back and forth. Quick dive off to the left by the up back. He stopped by for a short gain.
Richard Severine under center.
Severine under center. So Severine, I believe, is a sophomore, correct?
Yep, sophomore, and it could be Severine, could be Severine. We may go with both tonight, but we'll.
Sorry, Mom and Dad. We honestly are going to try and get this. Yep. 2nd and 7 for the Knights. Once again, the West Columbus linebacker stepping up to make the fill, and 2 or 3, 3 yards in a cloud of dust might be the way to go with a young quarterback.
Who's that lined up at tailback there, Kevin? Is that number 2 at tailback?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, that helps out a lot there. Now we can see. That's number 10 at tailback. Fumble.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the
Picked
Vikings.
Up by number 1.
And he will go all the way to the house. Zandel Axelberg with the 47-yard fumble recovery for the Viking touchdown. Welcome to the game, Xander Axelberg. And the Vikings quickly on the scoreboard.
That's the way to get the hometown pumped up right there.
I don't know who's prouder right now. Mom's sitting down in the stands or Dad's sitting up here in the press box.
Hey, he did a good job going down with both hands, keeping his balance. Knew he had green grass in front of him. He took it to the house.
No offense, Brett, but that's the difference between a linebacker picking up the ball and one of them defensive linemen.
Well, a lot of times you are taught to fall down on the ball, but, if you got that athletic ability, you can pick it up. Hey, take it to the house.
Strickland's going to tee it up, try to get the extra point. Another offensive lineman coming onto the field.
On my list. That's okay. All right, Strickland ready to kick, snap. Ball's up. Looks good from here, Kevin.
It's up.
It is.
It is good.
Nice distance on it.
Vikings now up 7-0, Brett. And if you're West Bladen, rough outing last week, and sometimes when it rains, it pours. Yeah. And look like, shotgun snap, you have that young man, a sophomore under center. And if I'm a West Columbus defensive lineman, I'm licking my chops. Knowing if I can disrupt that center, that exchange, they haven't had time to practice it more than,
And I think that's exactly what happened. The snap was there. There was a lot of penetration, and, West Bladen just couldn't put a handle on it. And West Columbus picks it up and takes it for pay.
58 seconds into the first quarter, West Columbus up 7-0, and you couldn't draw it up better if you're Lamont Williams.
And that's exactly what they wanted. They wanted to, go up quick, on these West Bladen nights, and they have, and they set the tone of the game.
West Columbus now, to start the season, has scored 62 points and not given up one.
Wow. That's all you can ask for right there.
Oh, yeah.
Strickland back to kick, kicks it off.
Nice deep kickoff, goes all the way back.
Taken by number 2, Tydrick Stewart again. He's trying to go
off
to the
the
outside.
right-hand side. Well, just missed the tackle.
He was going for him, though.
Yeah.
And he went down without getting touched. I think he was a little scared there, but that's okay.
Sometimes those tall blades of grass will get you, brother.
Listen, when you see Big Blue coming after you, you probably want to get down. Looks like those number 4 Win Aaron Wynn with the tackle.
Yeah. Okay, if you're West Bladen, gut check time. You got punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
1st and 10 on your own 37. You just fumbled the ball. Do you play conservative here?
You got to go after it. West Columbus is lining up with 4 good-sized kids coming after you. Straight give up the middle to number 20. That's going to be Messiah Whitted for about 3 yards.
And I'll tell you, if you're going to attack West Columbus, the place that you don't want to go is up the middle, because they have those 2 stout defensive linemen, those 2 big hosses they had last year are back, and they got Axelberg at linebacker in the center.
Yep. Noah Hill lined up into tailback. Noah Hill.
Hill up the middle. Once again, West Columbus stout up the middle.
Nothing there, Kevin. That's no gain. It looks like it's going to be pretty hard to run straight at West Columbus's big defensive line. So you might want to see West Bladen start bringing it out to the corners and, checking the defensive ends and seeing how quick the DBs can come up and make a tackle.
Luke Harden and Frank DeLeon on a tackle, and you're just not going to run on them big hosses.
They might have had a couple of sausage dogs before the game.
There you go. 3rd and about 7. Back to pass. Once again, just not much happening.
You see about 6, 7 blue jerseys checking into the football. That is a sign of a really good defensive team when everybody gets there, checks in, and, makes a stop and, 3 downs and gain 3 yards, and now West Bladen's going to have to
I don't think we can underestimate the size of that defensive line on West Columbus and how much they're going to push teams to do things they're not prepared for. That penetration in the backfield is really going to disrupt a lot of teams.
We can give you some names. We got number 44. I don't have a 44. He's a down lineman, big boy. Doing a good job clogging up. And my eyes are getting a little bit older, too. So
44 is Kenneth Barfield, the defensive end. Okay. Deep punt. Peter called, stay away, long away from it. It'll be 1st and 10 Vikings on about the 33. And here we are, Brett, 8:47 left in the first quarter. West Columbus about to take their first snap under center.
Yep. So we'll get a chance to see what West Columbus has got in their offensive set, see if they're going to come out and run or pass. I think last year they had a pretty good, passing game and a running game. Let's see what they got this year.
As we begin, like I said, first play under scrimmage, you got make sure I get the right Axelberg on this. You got James Craven Axelberg at quarterback. Hands around the outside he goes. Big hole on the left-hand side. Tucks it away where he's tackled for about a 10, 12-yard gain. Cameron Eady, the all-purpose back for West Columbus, picks up a Viking first down, and he'll move the chains after a 13-yard gain. Eady had, a number of good carries last week, and I think it was.
Well, we called his name a lot last year, so I'm assuming he's probably going to carry a majority of the carries.
9 carries for 155 last week.
Wishbone looks like.
Look back, gives it to the up back.
23.
Cameron Eady once again picks up another big chunky yardage.
I think he's going to be about 3 yards short, Kevin, of the first down.
So 2 carries, about 20 yards already for Cameron Eady. As advertised, they're going to ride that horse. Cameron Eady up to a quick start again here tonight.
He's only had 9 carries last week.
9 carries for 155. Okay. First and 10, actually second and 6 for the Vikings on about the 48.
It's like motion on the line.
Motion on the line. For the first time this year, Brett, there's laundry on the field.
I figured you wear your shirt that said that tonight.
I actually got one. I got one for you.
Okay. It's laundry on. We saw a lot of it last year.
Oh, yeah. And again, talking to Lamont Williamson, this is what he preached all summer. If we don't beat ourselves, we have the talent to play with anybody. It's now about us not beating ourselves.
And not getting behind the sticks.
2nd and 4, 2nd and 5 now becomes, 2nd and 9.
But that's going to happen early games in the season. Aggressiveness.
Miscommunication on the handoff. Axelberg is going to be tackled
about
for
a 1 yard loss.
1 yard loss. And 2nd and 4 becomes now 3rd and 10.
It looked like Axelberg didn't get the snap when he thought he was going to do it because he started stepping forward and the ball never came. So I don't know if there was some miscommunication on the snap count or what, but something didn't look quite right there.
Now, Axelberg is a junior, and, sometimes those things got to be worked out in practice, and then those things will get you.
It's a lot harder in the game than it is in practice.
Okay, split backs. We got a pro set, twins to both sides. Actually, one back in the backfield now. 3-5 for defense.
Good time.
Axelberg chucks it.
Oh, that's got to be interference. It's got to be interference. Yeah, he was looking at the other receiver there, I believe. But
obvious PI missed by the officials. Not that we're,
Yeah. Well, we thought it was.
Yeah.
That's
no
all.
instant replay here, and.
But we don't get paid for that.
That's true.
But it's like I told somebody, I love calling these games because you can give your opinions and nobody says anything back.
That's true.
Well, sometimes they do.
Okay, now, Brett, you're the West Bladen coach. You're Lamont Williams. You're looking at 4th down and 10 on your own 45. Now, Lamont Williamson looks like he's going to punt, but the question is.
You got to punt it. You got to punt it up 7-0. You're a little bit too deep. Ooh, got that off a little bit late.
Almost got it blocked.
Yeah.
Gets the shooter's roll down at about
39.
The 39-yard line. Again, we talk about mental mistakes and things that hurt you in ball games like this.
Yeah.
If you're West Columbus, you're doing well, you've got momentum, you can't afford to get behind the chains.
Yeah, you had 2nd and 4, and then you go to 2nd and 9, and then you have pretty much 2 busted plays. So we'll see what the defense can, bring here for the West Columbus Vikings. Again, big, stout defensive line for the West Columbus Vikings. So we'll see what these Knights do to try to counteract that.
And I'm a big proponent of use your defense to create your offense. Apply pressure on these kids until they prove they can handle it, especially with a young quarterback.
Here we go. Looks like double wing motion. No, he's going back to 2 tailbacks, 2 split backs.
Handoff up the middle. Penetration by West Columbus sniffs that out.
That's Tydrick Stewart. Gains maybe no gain there, Kevin. Looks like they try a little counter there.
Noah Godwin, number 52 on the tackle. West Columbus stout up the middle, and you're going to have to find a way to get the corners on this West Columbus defense. Otherwise, you're going to be having a slow night.
Is Noah Godwin Bobby Godwin Jr.?
Yeah, that is Bobby Godwin's.
There we go.
Bobby Godwin now over at West Columbus with his son now. 2nd and, once again, 10. Tight wing on the right-hand side. Wide receiver split left. Counter snuffed out by West Columbus.
Yeah. That defensive line is going to cause a lot of havoc here tonight.
Number 78,
Hervon Rouse with a big tackle for loss, and he sniffed that thing out before it even got started. Joseph Green, correction.
Yep. You know, it looks like West Columbus knows what West Bladen's going to do. Probably, you know, watched a lot of film on these guys, and now, you know, West Bladen's about 3rd and, 12, 13?
Mm-hmm. Once again, behind the sticks. West Columbus putting on the pressure on defense. Pro formation, one back in the backfield. Hands it up the middle, picks up maybe 2.
That's not fooling that defensive line there, Kevin.
Defensive line for West Columbus said, C.J. Bryant had enough of that.
And I don't think you're probably going to see West Bladen go to the air a lot. You know, this is probably quarterback's first game, probably came up from JV last year. And in my opinion, you're probably not going to see a lot of, you know, balls aired out by the Knights.
4th and long once again for the Knights, and once again they are back to punt. Once again, I'm taking once again, taken all the way back. Peter called by West Columbus, and it is down at about the 36-yard line of West.
Not a bad job by the West Bladen punter there. He's given them, you know, about 30 yards, 33 yards every punt. So that's pretty good for a high school kid there. That's one good part of the game.
4:06 to go here in the first quarter. West Columbus leading 7-0. And Brett, I know this is hard to believe since we played almost 6-7 minutes in this quarter, but this is West Columbus's 5th snap of the ball game.
Yeah, I mean, their first 2 snaps were really good offensive plays, but then, you know, sort of shot themselves in the foot and then didn't go their way. Let's see if they can make a change here.
Axelberg hands off to Cameron Eady.
Yep, toss outside.
Toss outside to Eady. He'll take it down the sidelines to get run out of bounds after a 20, 30-yard game. Oh, sorry, Jalen Bellamy.
It's like West Columbus is trying to take advantage of their speed in the backfield against these Knights, getting around that corner. Good job. Good blocking by West Columbus also.
Bellamy is going to pick up the slack. Eady's going to get a lot of snaps on offense, but when you have that change of pace back with Bellamy, you know, if he can go ahead and get his mojo going, he can be a big complimentary
Looks
back.
like he went out of bounds a little bit earlier than what we thought there, Kevin.
1st and 10, Vikings on the Knight 48. Pitch to the outside.
That's going to be a hold on the outside there.
That will be coming back. Eady takes it around the outside, but too much laundry will bring it going back the other way. And once again, unfortunately, West Columbus finds itself behind the sticks.
Those referees are going to be looking at that defensive end, especially when the play goes that way. And, you know, I saw it from here, so that was a good call.
If we can see it, then you know it had to be bad.
I've actually moved up to 1.75s now, so I'm like Bionic Man eye now.
Now, your glasses are styling and profiling, my brother.
Amazon, baby.
There you go.
5 for 15. Check it out, guys.
1st and 20 for the Vikings back at their own 40. And West Columbus, once again, hurting themselves. And they had it. There was a nice gain, but it's brought back behind the sticks.
Let's see what West Columbus has got in their playbook for 1st and 25. Another straight give.
Straight give up the middle. He'll pick up about 3/4 of the penalty yardage back.
That's Eady again with about, let's say about 6, 7 yards.
About 6, 7 yards. It'll be 2nd and 13.
Let's say 14.
A short 13.
Precise.
A short 13 or a long 14.
My GPS says 14, Kevin. Crowd starting to pile in here at West Columbus. And it's getting cool out there, Kevin. I feel a little bit of cool breeze coming in.
That could be the air conditioning behind you, though.
It may be.
2nd and 13 on the 47.
Speed sweep going around the right side. Gains about 3.
Number 4, Tristan Freeman on the carry. Had a lane to the right-hand side and a convoy. And what was 1st and 20 now comes down to about
3rd
and 12.
Yeah.
Now,
passing down right here, Kevin.
Are you in 4-down territory if you're West Columbus?
It's according to how many yards you get here. If you don't gain any here, definitely not. But if you get down to about 3 or 4 yards to go, possibly.
Chance to pin them deep, absolutely.
So you could possibly go 2 running plays here or pretty much try to throw it and get it all. Anxious to see this arm. Maybe you can get a good pass going over the middle or maybe a fly pattern to number 2 over here.
Twins left, single receiver right. Axelberg drops back to pass. A boys one rush. Gets hit. Alert of the offensive lineman to catch that ball because Raxelberg got rocked in the backfield.
Was that a pass or a fumble?
He had to cover it up, so I'm assuming they're going to rule that a fumble.
Okay. I was watching these receivers over here on the left side.
4th and a truckload for West Columbus.
And I think these receivers over here on the left side, one had to run the wrong route because they were both together. It's like one went up the sideline and then one was right behind. Probably one was supposed to cut across the middle. I think that's what Axelberg was looking for, is that one cutting across the middle, but he never did.
Axelberg takes a big lick, but he gets back up. 4th and a bunch for West Columbus. 4th and 20 back on the 45-yard line on the Viking side of the field. Strickland back to kick. Once again, our score is 7-0, 2:12 to go here in the first quarter. Vikings kicking from right to left.
Ooh, he gets that ball off a lot, really slow there.
Oh, yeah. Partially, it looked like it was about to be partially blocked, down on about the 29.
Yeah. Looks like he's taking 2 or 3 steps up before he kicks. That might be run into the kicker.
I think we do have a roughing call. Personal foul.
Wow.
Roughing the kicker. And
That's hot. Is that automatic? He said personal foul, so it's got to be automatic first down.
Will be an automatic first down, Vikings.
Again,
well,
mental mistakes, Brett.
That's about a 38-yard penalty there, Kevin.
Huge
swing
here.
20-yard. My fault. But that's going to put West Columbus into
Is that an automatic
field?
first
Yeah.
down?
It's got to be. Well, no, it's got to be.
Okay, they are moving the chains now.
I mean, it didn't. Yeah. There you go. That's right. Are you sure that's right, Mr. Ref? Okay.
West Columbus bailed out by the roughing the kicker call. Now 1st and 10 and deep in night territory. Direct snap goes around the left-hand side.
Nice stalk block by number 5, Axelberg.
Jalen Bellamy for a big 15-yard gain from the 30 down to the 15. Bellamy had a convoy on that left-hand side, and there was not a white shirt in the area.
Yeah.
And
if you don't know football, we call that split end does what we call stalk blocks, and that was a great stalk block by number 5, Axelberg there. Really sprung about 10 more yards on that play.
Around the right-hand side we go. Not much happening there. Direct snap to number 3, Unique Kelly.
Number 3, Unique Kelly, the ball carrier.
So it looks like West Columbus has changed up their offense a little bit to try to get something going.
They lost about 2 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 12, Vikings.
Looks like probably about 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13 for the Vikings. Just above a minute to go here in the first. Vikings up 7-0, but threatening deep in night territory.
I'm sure West Columbus would love to punch this in before the first quarter ended. Going toward their home end.
Very deliberate set by the Vikings, taking their time. Twins left, 1 wide receiver to the right, and just Unique Kelly in the backfield.
Trips left.
Kelly takes it himself up the middle,
and
he'll go in for the Viking touchdown.
Hey, sometimes you just got to be lucky. Busted play, picked it up, ran it up the middle. Touchdown, Vikings.
Hey, was that Kelly or was that was that Kelly or Bellamy?
Kelly.
Jalen Bellamy on the
Bellamy.
on the 13-yard touchdown. I mean, picks up the errant snap, takes it up the middle, and everybody got with the receivers. Nobody home to take the quarterback.
Bellamy's listed just as a corner, so we can put him down as running back also.
Strickland the kick. I'm telling you right now, we're trying our best with these jerseys, guys, but this blue on, light blue on dark blue is hard.
Quit making excuses, Kevin. Here we go.
Hey, I turned 50 this year. I got every excuse I need.
I turned 50 in about 12 years. It's not lightning.
I'm looking for the lightning strike.
Strickland
Kick
up.
is up, and it is good. 44.5 to go here in the first. West Columbus up 14-0. And Brett, you know, if not for the roughing the kicker, we're looking at a very different ballgame.
Yeah. You know, just spurts of goodness for the Viking offense, but still a lot of, you know, plays that really hadn't worked out. So, you know, they're working out the kinks also too. But, you know, it's falling West Columbus's way, and they're up 14-0.
And I'll tell you, let's give a shout-out right now. We're 5 quarters into this season, and the Viking defense yet to give up a point.
That's right. And scored how many? 55 plus 14?
Is 69.
Okay, just checking.
Now remember,
that's that math.
Yeah.
Told you to use it.
Yeah. They said you'd use those higher-order thinking skills one day.
Great job. So you got it before I did.
You know what it is? They lost me when they started putting letters with it.
Plead the fifth.
Hey, we need some math teachers up here to help straighten us out.
I'm sure they will. We love our math teachers.
Even though we've never used that high school algebra or geometry since then.
All right, here we go. West Columbus kicking off. Strickland going to have to ice down his leg. He's had a lot of kicks.
He had 7 kicks last week, Brett.
Wow.
He had 7 extra points last week.
Looks like he's gained a little weight since last year, too. He filled out a little bit.
West Columbus, I mean, really growing up before our eyes. I mean, you really see the confidence in this West Columbus team right now.
Nice kick there.
Deep.
If he'd have got that down the middle. Oh, that could be a clip there, but they didn't call it.
Brownie has that run out of bounds, and the cheerleader's running for cover.
Sign that cheerleader up because she was quick.
I love it.
Man.
And they got the close-up.
Go ahead, girl. I'm going to tell you what.
Hey, I'm going to give a shout-out to our cameraman on that shot. The cameraman with the close-up. Connie Falk and her camera crew doing a great job tonight. Thanks, guys. What a great shot.
All right, West Bladen going to take over with 35 seconds left to go on the clock on their own 32-yard line.
If you're that West Bladen coaching staff, do you try and get one, you know, to get the quarter done? And how do you attack this West Columbus defense right now?
I just don't see you running at West Columbus. I'm thinking you got to do some counters, some motions the other way just to get them off balance just a little bit.
Can you run counter with a sophomore quarterback in his first start?
It's tough. It's tough, I tell you that. He may have played it in JV. Who knows? That's a little bit of misdirection
Backside
there.
counter. You'll take it up for a quick pop on the left-hand side.
And I think that's what you got to do against this West Columbus. You know, you got to go left, right, you know, right back going left. But you just can't run into the teeth of this defense for West Columbus because they're going to stop you.
6-yard gain for the Knights is going to be second and about 4 if we get this playoff.
I think we're going to get it, Kevin. I think that's motion. He left a little early, but they didn't call it. He didn't get it. He gained about half a yard, so it's going to be third.
He gained some of it, but not all of it.
Third and about 2.5.
Okay, Brett, we're going to take a quick break here in
Okay.
football action. West Columbus up at the end of the first, 14-0. We'll be back for second quarter action here on the Columbus County Social Media Networks on 89.9 WZCO.
From each member association, as well as the board of directors, with members from 8 geographical sections of the United States, plus 4 at-large members. The NFHS sets the direction for interscholastic activities by building awareness, establishing consistent standards and rules for competition, and educating those who oversee high school sports and performing arts. To promote fair play and minimize the risk of injuries, the NFHS writes the playing rules for 17 high school sports. The administrators, coaches, and officials who constitute NFHS rules committees collaborate to develop rules specifically suited for high school competition. They do this through annual rules questionnaires, rules committee meetings, rules review committee meetings, and in-person and online national rules interpreters meetings. This rigorous process is a key reason.
Okay, Brett, we are back. Second quarter action about to begin. Third and a short 2 for West Bladen in need of some sort of positive momentum. Once again, 3rd and 2 on their own 41-yard line. They need maybe 1.5 to keep this drive alive.
Here we go.
Vikings now going from right to left on your radio dial. And sorry, the Knights going right to left. And
He didn't get it.
left, right.
Well, his momentum might have I don't think he's going to get it, Kevin.
They're not giving him much progress.
Yep.
Big third down stop for the Vikings, Brett. And
weight room right there, Kevin. That's weight room right there. That's best on best right there. Look like West Columbus, outdueled them right there.
Now, Brett and I have been doing this 100 years between the two of us, and I can tell you, you've heard this once, you've heard it 100 times. Low man wins on that line. It's belly on belly.
Yep.
And West Columbus, stout up the middle, stops that thing for a half-yard loss, and it's now 4th and 2, and West Bladen back to
I
punt.
told you it's tough to run on the meat of this line for West Columbus, and they showed it right there. Not up in here.
Not up in here. Another punt for the night punter, who's had an active night.
Yeah. Kevin, I'm going to give a shout-out to Deanne Meadows and Columbus County Schools on a great convocation this week for the Columbus County teachers. Got everybody excited, ready to get back. Students are coming back Monday.
I've got to ask, on the Goose Chase scavenger hunt, how did South Columbus do?
Well, I'm going to tell you, we were like Secretariat on the back stretch. We went from 6th, 5th, 4th, and walked them down right at the finish line, baby. We had it all the way. We got teamwork, baby.
Great start to the year for Columbus County Schools. A lot of good things going on. And
great speaker.
I'm telling you, Steve Pemmer did a fantastic job as a speaker.
He did.
And Columbus County Schools starting Monday.
Yep.
Bus is back on the road. We'll put a quick pitch in for if you see the school bus stop with that stop arm out, please make sure our kids stay safe. Make sure you stop at the stop arm.
And we're going to find our lighthouse this year.
We're going to find our lighthouse.
That's right. And y'all probably don't know what we're talking about, but we'll let you know. Oh, dot pass for West Columbus. Nice play.
Shakes the tackle off to the left-hand side. Picks up another extra 10. Jalen Bellamy having a nice night for the Vikings.
Kevin, if he'd have turned that left and went straight up the sideline, it was all green grass to pay dirt.
Shake and bake. Sometimes you just can't control which way your body goes. Still picks up enough yardage to move the sticks for West Columbus, and Bellamy having a real nice night.
Nice pass, right where he wanted it. Good play for West Columbus coming out on first down.
Once again, Vikings now moving the chains up to the 45-yard line. Once again, rolls out the pass. Receiver's cover. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to get taken down behind the line for a loss of 3 or 4.
He stepped up into the pocket, but it just collapsed on him there, Kevin.
Number 20.
Hey, sometimes you just live to play another day.
Yeah. Messiah White, stout to the task for the Nats.
But I like the idea of coming out and showing pass twice. That way it loosens that middle up a little bit for your backs.
Cameron Eady and Bellamy don't need a whole lot of room, but if you can soften up those linebackers for West Bladen, it's going to be a long night.
Yep. And now you got those backs thinking pass, pass, pass.
Whoa.
23 comes in unblocked from the right side.
Nothing happening for West Columbus on that play. Number 23, Amir Steps with the tackle in the backfield. He almost took the snap, right?
Yeah, I think somebody missed an assignment there. Excuse me, bud. I think somebody missed an assignment there.
Now, we've gone from 1st and 10 to 3rd and Fair Bluff because we are on the Fair Bluff side of the field.
I like that little dot pass to the outback. Might be a good time to come back to that.
9:30 to go here in the first half. West Columbus up by 14.
Maybe to the short side.
Axelberg back to pass once again.
Yeah, they were looking to the short side there.
PI not called as the receiver jumps into the defender. Couldn't draw the call.
Right.
And
I think it's a good no call there, Kevin.
Good no call. The defender playing center field really was in a better position than the Viking receiver.
And it looks like Strickland's going to have to come back onto the field and show off that leg a little bit.
But I think you're correct. If we're being honest, Brett, he's got to get that ball off quicker because against some of your teams that are a little weaker, you can get away with it. But when you play a South Columbus and East Bladen, a fair amount of red spray.
Just watch right here. It looks like he takes 3 or 4 steps before he actually kicks. And that's something I'm sure they'll make an adjustment with. They may have already made that adjustment. Not enough people on the. Yeah.
Again, a few too many. Just with basketball, it'd be a few too many steps. But I mean, Shanks a little bit off his right-hand side. It'll be 1st and 10 Knights on the 44 of their side of the field. You know, probably some of the better field position that West Bladen has had all night.
But you know what? West Bladen hadn't been able to move the chains all night. Did they get that first down a while ago?
I don't think – no, they didn't.
Okay, I didn't think they did. So West Bladen without a first down all night. So give a shout-out to the West Columbus defense for, you know, bottlenecking these nights.
1st and 10 for the Knights on their own, looks like their own 44. Once again, the Twins left, and looks like split backs in the backfield.
That's going to be something. 2-3 of them thought the ball was going to be snapped, but the center was like, nah, not yet. And we hadn't given this, you know, hadn't talked about Franklin Davis. You know, Franklin's out there. He's not anywhere. Shoot us some scores, text messages. We'd love to let everybody know what's going on in Columbus County. South Columbus has East Bladen tonight.
Always a good ball game.
Yep. East Columbus, do you have any idea where they are, if they're at home?
They're off this week.
Off this week, okay. All right. And then Whiteville
is West Brunswick tonight.
West Brunswick tonight. And I'm going to tell you, I don't look at the paper a lot, but I looked at that North Brunswick Whiteville score, and I'm going to tell you what, North Brunswick must be for real because they spanked.
They are stout. I had a chance to see them at the Bash at the Beach down there at West Brunswick, and they are for real.
Yep. We'll go 1st and 15 after the penalty, and it's going to be another penalty.
When it rains, it pours. You know, another unforced error by West Bladen, and 1st and 10 now becomes 1st and 20.
Yep. 72. Didn't have the snap count there, but
Timeout West Bladen. Probably a good timeout. Your kids are getting a little flustered. You're down 14, and you know, not a lot happening right now. If you're West Bladen, probably get a chance to take a mental reset and just talk to your kids, calm them down, and say, listen, let's just go out and let's just play some football. Take it one play at a time, one quarter at a time.
Yep. Kevin, you got any special guests here at halftime?
Ronna Gore, the new principal at West Columbus High School, will be here. Okay. Ronna, formerly of the Old Dock principal. She was also at Williams Township, I believe.
Right.
You know, right. And we also have our new intern, Travis Lemon, is going to be here with us at halftime, and he will tell us a little bit about the broadcasting program at CCCA.
Now, is he a freshman?
Freshman.
Okay, cool. I talked to another young lady. She's a freshman, too, so it sounds like you got some new blood in the system over here, so that's good.
Got some great news for folks. We're going to be also doing, you know, football and basketball on the radio again this year. We're back on the radio, and through an agreement made with Kelly Jones, myself, and the great folks in Southeastern, we're going to be broadcasting Southeastern Community College baseball this spring on the radio.
Well, I'm going to let you handle that one, okay? Here we go, 1st and 20 for the Knights. Down 14-0. 9 minutes to go. Give to number 10, and he's smoked in the backfield by West Columbus. Looks like number 1 got him there, Xander Axelberg.
Yeah. Elijah McCoy takes the handoff, and just as he's taking the handoff, he gets taken back the other direction. I mean, right now.
I mean, you worry about the defensive line, but then you see the linebackers of West Columbus stunting and hitting those gaps, and it's filling the middle like, you know.
Here's the thing, Brett.
Like Twinkies.
You know, you talk about West Columbus's offense being pretty strong this year, but this West Columbus defense has been on the field most of this first half, and they don't look like they're winning.
I'm going to tell you, you know, when I see this West Columbus team for this half, the defense stands out to me. That's what stands out right now. Because you scored on a defensive touchdown while the first play of the game.
Motion to the right. Taking around the right-hand side. West Columbus defense sniffs it out. And West Bladen, Brett, just going the wrong direction.
Yeah, you got about 3rd and fair bluff right now for the West Bladen Knights. And I'll say that's probably 3rd and 40. Looks like 3rd and about 35.
I don't know. I taught English, Brett.
10. Yeah. Third and fair bluff.
I think 3rd and fair bluff.
Yeah, going that way. That's all right. Well, I'll say east for people that – no, that would be west. West, right, okay.
the directionally challenged is the folks that.
Now, I got my right and left, though.
Yeah.
I got that down.
Third in the bunch for West Bladen. The West Columbus Vikings, as advertised, still pitching a shutout with 7:24 to go here in the first half.
West Columbus corners tied on their receivers. Straight up the middle there. Good job.
Conservative play call for West Bladen, but you almost don't blame him at this point. You just want to hold on to the ball long enough to get that punt off.
Well, I'm going to tell you, though, if he'd have broke that through there, you know, your safety was 30 yards back, so, you know, you'd be one-on-one there. So
okay, but we're going to play another game of armchair quarterback.
Okay.
You're up 14. You've got momentum going. Do you potentially try to go after this punter and block this kick?
Oh, yeah. You're going to go after it right here. I mean, but just take your good angles here. You know, don't run straight after the punter. Go 45 degrees.
Because he's been the best weapon for, you know, West Bladen this evening.
Yeah, he's helped them out a lot and gotten some good bounces. And it's downed on about the 35-yard line, and West Columbus is going to take over on their own 35.
I honestly think if I'm West Columbus, I try and at least pressure that punter a little bit.
Yeah, I probably would too.
Viking defense now 7 quarters without a score.
But it's in the back of your mind that you got the ball back because they ran into the punter and got a call. So you wouldn't want to give them, you know, a 35-yard penalty there. So I can understand that also.
West Columbus, once again, on the offensive side, again, only themselves, you know, keeping them from being up much further in this game. 6:33 to go, first half. Once again, West Columbus with the football going from left to right. Low snap, corral.
Direct snap.
Yeah. Picked up once again. Jalen Bellamy picks up a quick 12, and he'll move the.
You know, I'm going to tell you, Kevin, a lot of the meat of their offense tonight has been direct snaps. Mm-hmm. That's where they've gotten the most out of the play. Then, you know, those dot passes to the wide receivers have been good plays. But besides that, that's about what West Columbus has got. Guess you call that Wildcat?
Wildcat.
Okay.
If we see a Statue of Liberty, I'm out of here.
Direct snap to number 3 again.
Unique Kelly with the snap this time. Picks up a couple.
Number 3, Unique Kelly will pick up about 2 on the play.
Kelly's number 3, Bellamy number 2, and we got Cameron Eady, the all-purpose back, is at, make sure I got this right, 23.
There will be a test after the game. Okay, we'll put it on the Columbus County Google Classroom and send that out to everybody that's listening. So make sure you listen to the numbers. I promise you I probably wouldn't pass it.
Yeah, it's more that project-based learning that Brett loves so much.
I do. Here we go, 2nd and 9 for West Columbus.
When you see Brett out in town, ask him about PBL. He loves it so much, and he'd be glad to share that information with you.
Hey, come to my class anytime. I'm teaching personal finance for the first time this year in Columbus County. So we're excited about that, teaching kids about credit cards and making some money.
Making them college and career ready and making them life ready, aren't you, Brett?
That's exactly right.
2nd and 9 for the Vikings.
It'll be a timeout by West Columbus.
Just too much confusion, and Lamont Williamson pulls a heart to the proceedings with 6 minutes to go and says, something ain't right, let's get on the same page, because if we stop beating ourselves, we'll be up by 20-25.
Well, you know, you'd rather call a timeout there than have a busted play or a penalty or whatever. And, you know, Coach Williamson has got this game, you know, in control and knows what he wants to do. And, you know.
And I think that's the thing, Brett. In these early games, there's going to be some of this confusion, personnel groupings, different things. And you really got to stop and say, listen, let's get on the same page. If we stop making these mental mistakes, we can be a real dangerous team this year.
Because what you would like to do here, you would like to go into the second half without giving the Knights the football back. That's probably what you want to try to do here, is not give the Knights the football back in these 6 minutes.
Okay, once again, West Columbus with the football. It's going to be 2nd and about 9. And if you're West Columbus, you've got everything going your way. What you need right now to do, hold on to the football. And like you said, milk the clock and take it down so you're prepared to go into halftime up at worst 14-0.
Yeah, because you don't want it to be 14-7 at halftime. Oh. Reverse.
Reverse comes around the other end. Bouncing around like a piñata is Jalen Bellamy. He will not go down.
He's hard to tackle. It looked like a pinball machine out there, Kevin.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling is Jalen Bellamy. Picks up close to a first down. And, great to see the young man, well taught, keeping his legs moving. I mean, they're trying to tack him up by the shoulders, and those legs moving picks him up an extra couple of yards.
Good job right there. Reverse gave you a opportunity to pick up this on first down. It's about 3rd and 1. Hopefully you can pick this up and melt some clock.
And I'll tell you, well taught by the Viking coaching staff, fundamental football picks you up an extra 4 or 5 yards.
And that's what Coach Williamson's trying to do. He's telling them when to go to the ball, and because he wants to melt this clock and make sure they go up ahead.
Axelberg with a handoff to Cameron Eady up the middle, picks up 10 or 12. And I've been told his nickname is Swiper. Cameron Swiper Eady.
The offense is looking a lot better this series for West Columbus.
Timeout West Bladen. They're second of the half. And Brett, West Columbus, the offense growing up before our eyes. We talked in the pregame about how they're missing Denore Happy Feet Mack. They're missing Amaje Lowry, Dante from Bellamy from last year. You've got some of these kids that are stepping up new to these roles and new to varsity roles who are growing up in these non-conference games before our eyes.
Yeah, and this is where you got to grow up and get better is these non-conference games to get ready for this grind of the conference the conference. This will come up, in about 3 weeks?
Yep.
3 weeks conference start, so we're getting ready for it here.
4:55 to go here in the first half. West Bladen taking their second time out. West Columbus very well poised to do exactly what you said and milk that clock for the end of the first half.
Yep. Kevin, I'm eyeing some of those sausage dogs coming up into the stands. I'm thinking about maybe going and get me another one.
I'm looking for those small footballs. We got the window up. We're hoping to catch one.
Yeah, maybe we'll get us one here.
And some of those cheerleaders got some arms down there.
Yep.
Around the right-hand side goes Unique Kelly all the way down to about the 20-yard line. Picks up a good 12 to 15 yards, and Unique Kelly just keeping the feet moving. And
West Columbus got something going on here. They've seen something that they can run against the defense of West Bladen, and they're taking advantage of it.
I think they softened up those linebackers, and now with a couple of passes, a couple of misdirection plays, West Bladen doesn't know where the ball's coming from.
Wow. Tall sweep to 23.
Cameron Eady off to the left-hand side. He'll pick up about 8 or 9 with a convoy taking him out of bounds. Eady had a convoy off to the left. It was student body left, Brett.
They're gaining 5-6 yards, moving the chains. That's exactly what you want to do as an offense.
And they're staying away from the mental mistakes, Brett. And I think that makes a big difference.
Don't say nothing about laundry on the field.
No.
Don't bring it up. Just don't
Took
bring
him
up.
out a little bit earlier than we thought. It's going to be second and about 3.
And don't bring up the C word tonight. You know what I'm talking about?
Chicken bog.
I'll tell you in a minute. You ponder on that one. Don't bring up the C word. Hadn't been brought up all night. Look at you thinking over there. 2nd and 4. Here we go, West Columbus.
Blitz missed by West Bladen. He'll come all the way down. We do have laundry on the field.
I think 76 got flagged for a hold there for West Columbus.
He, and honestly, Brad, I think that he thought, he's got a free runner. If he doesn't, his guy's going to get hammered. Yeah. So I think he did that in self-defense.
Yeah. And it's sort of behind the play a little bit. And,
yeah. Free blitzer missed him, but he wasn't sure that was going to happen, so he'd rather,
And that's going to dig you a little hole there because that's going to back you up 15 yards to put you behind the chains at about 2nd and 15.
I thought holding was 10.
Is it 10? Okay.
Yeah.
But it is 2nd and 15.
It is 2nd and 15.
Second down. Second and about 14.
Don't correct me, Kevin.
I won't get another sausage dog the whole year now.
I get enough of that at home.
Axelberg rolls to his right, stops, pops.
He's got him.
He's got a receiver.
Is he in? He's in.
And he catches the ball at the 2.
See how he looked down at his feet, Kevin, to make sure both of them were in there and went up for the ball.
Unique Kelly with the tap dance on the sideline at the 2, and early candidate for play of the game. Yeah. Unique Kelly with the tip drill on the sideline.
Yep.
I mean, what body control for a high school athlete.
Yep.
First and goal for the Vikings on about the 2 on a great pass from Axelberg to Unique Kelly. Ballet steps at the end, and West Columbus looking to go up 20 here in the first half. Hands off up the middle. Touchdown, Vikings.
There we go.
Cameron Eady with the touchdown. Vikings up, 2:51 to go here in the first half, 20-0. And let me tell you something, Brett. Credit the West Columbus Viking offensive line. That whole series played within themselves, created big running holes, and when they needed the pass, it was there.
Definitely the best series of the night for the Viking offense.
Ryan Strickland will be having to ice down his leg. This is his 3rd extra point of the night.
And I'm going to test you on some math here in a minute, Kevin, so get your brain right.
I left that at school today. It's up, and it is good.
All right. How many unanswered points for West Columbus this year?
76.
Okay, I'm going to take your word for it because I'm not going to add it up.
55 and 21.
Good job.
76 unanswered.
76-0.
To start the season for that West Columbus defense, got to give hats off, and now the offense is starting to catch up to the defense, Brett.
They threw footballs and it gives one up here, Kevin.
It's early in the year, Brett.
That's totally unacceptable.
By the time they play the South Columbuses of the world and the West and the East Columbuses of the world, I'm sure they'll have those arms warmed up. Get a chance to see the Vikings a couple times this year, Brett. We're going to get a chance to see them against South Columbus here on homecoming in a revenge game with that big game we had last year over at South.
Yeah, I still remember that game well, Kevin. And it's still talked about at South Columbus, I promise you that.
And I can also tell you the East Columbus game will be here this year, and we'll have them here as well. And I think we have one time on the road as well.
Is that 1 week I can't be here?
I think so.
Yeah, I got to actually – my sister-in-law's getting married down in Charleston. I can't miss that celebration.
Well, you got to understand, if you know Brett at all, he's got, 4 beautiful young ladies at the house who, kind of keep him in check. So, and, Brett's going to do what's going to take care of,
2 words in life will save you, Kevin. Yes and ma'am. Here we go.
There you go.
West Columbus kicking off.
West Columbus kickoff deep back down to the 15. Drives it and picks it up. He'll try up the middle. West Columbus swarming to the ball. Does not get it. He'll go around the right-hand side.
Good job staying at home by West Columbus on their ends there. You did break it out, but, the ends made it where he didn't gain as much as he possibly could there.
Possibly a chance of even high school out-kicking your coverage, Brett.
Yeah.
Because we're used to going to watching a lot of these games. And these kids are these pooch kicking nowadays. And these long, deep kickoffs, they're just not used to it.
I know a really good program in this conference that will not kick it deep.
And it's your home program.
That's exactly right.
Ryder Haynes with the tackle, staying home and staying in his lane. Stops him on about the 35-yard line where the Knights will pick it up 1st and 10.
2 minutes, 41 seconds left to go in the half. West Columbus would love to get this ball back and maybe punch in another one. We'll see what they can do defensively.
Driving back to pass.
Ooh.
Almost. Caught and almost intercepted by the Viking defense.
Because that stops the clock right there, Kevin. I don't know.
Down 21. Do you keep it on the ground if you're the Vikings?
I would here, but,
Force West Columbus to use some of their timeouts if they want the ball back?
Yeah. I would possibly keep it on the ground and go into the locker room.
If you're West Columbus and the Knights keep it on the ground, do you use your timeouts or do you try to save them for offense?
If they don't get any yards here, I'd use
at least one maybe?
I'd use one. I would. Always put the pressure on the offense as much as possible.
Pro set, one back in the backfield. Twins on both sides for West Bladen. Quick drop back to pass. Stop. Overthrows the receiver, and it'll be 3rd down. And once again, Brett, the clock stops.
And you don't have to call a timeout. So, hey, they're playing into what you want them to do.
Now, if you're West Columbus, I'm going to assume at 3rd and 10 they're going to try and run the ball. You take your one timeout. You have 2 left. What are you calling if you're Lamont Williamson when you get the ball back?
I still like that dot pass and do some isolation on the outside. I think that's a good play for them. That fade route that they just threw off of will be a really good one. Just some misdirection. You know, those direct snaps have done well for him.
Axelberg has shown he's had the arm, so, you know, the passing game is available for West Columbus. Slipping a tackle and getting a couple of yards for
you got to call timeout right here if you're West Columbus. That's what I would do.
Number 7, and that is Noah Hall, picks up a couple yards, and very astutely. Well,
they're not going to call a timeout. Okay, they did. I don't know.
Bellamy back deep for the Vikings, hoping to get maybe a good run back. Do you try to go for the pump block at this point?
Why is the clock stopped?
It's moving now.
Okay, all right. Okay, my fault.
I think we were all assuming they were going to call timeout.
I mean, I would have called a timeout there, but.
It was there.
That was a good punt.
Ball stopped on about the 28-yard line. Brett, it looked like the up back was back there to block it, just kind of went ahead and let him kick it.
You got 2 minutes. I mean, you can get down the field in 2 minutes here.
154, 3 timeouts. The playbook's open for Lamont Williamson, and everything at his disposal.
Yeah.
West Columbus up 21-0. The only thing that hurts you here is a turnover, Brett.
And I know Coach Williamson has worked on the 2-minute offense. 2-minute offense. That's usually what you work on. The last 10 minutes of each day is a 2-minute O. So we'll see what they got with their 2-minute offense right here. You know, some out patterns, trying to get outside, running outside. So we'll see what they got.
Good opportunity in live fire, like you said, to practice that 2-minute offense.
I like this stacked trips over here to the right side. But something ain't right. Yeah.
False start. Here's the call against the Vikings.
Again.
Did they have enough men on the line of scrimmage?
False start was the call.
False start, okay, all right.
Again, the Vikings shooting themselves in the foot, have the opportunity, and learning part of this game, if I'm Lamont Williamson, I tell my guys, yeah, we're up 21, we're doing good things, but
we want to score.
But if we stop beating ourselves, there's not a team in this conference that can beat us.
All right, looks like they're going to do same play here. There's that dot pass.
Pass.
Throwback.
Throwback.
Oh, dangerous.
Intercepted by the Knights.
Now your defense has got to come out and make a stand right here.
Filed that under. Sounded good when you threw it up, Brett, but just, you know.
Well, it's a tip, you know, and I don't think the pass was there. I mean, maybe that's when you should have just
sometimes better to throw it away.
Yeah. That's okay. You tried, though, hey?
Ryan Stewart with the interception for the Knights. Best starting position for the Knights, needing a good break before halftime to maybe get themselves back in this ballgame.
But your defense has been there for you all night, Kevin. I mean, you expect to make a stop right here. So, you know, I'm sure West Columbus is not worried.
I think Lamont Williamson said exactly that. You know, I trust my defense at this point to make a play.
Yeah.
1st and 10 Knights on the Viking 44-yard line. Just a little bit to go before halftime. Drives back handoff. Counter to the right.
Hey.
Nothing happening. A loss.
Not up in here. You got to say not up in here, too.
Sandal Axelberg, not in my house.
Nice play. Nice play. Loss of about 4 there. West Columbus defense come to play, man.
Minute and a half to go before halftime. And, you know, as you said, the defense says, don't worry, offense, we got this.
Yep. And they're coming to show.
As advertised, this is a stout defense from.
And it looks like to me that West Columbus has about 5-6 players going both ways. So, you know, these kids look to be in shape.
And a lot of that, as we talked about in our pregame, Brett, is the amount of people they had at halftime taking care of responsibilities. Counter back the other direction.
Might have been a face mask there. I think it is.
Bellamy makes the tackle in the backfield, but we got yellow laundry, and we got ourselves probably a face mask coming back the other direction.
As he was going down, I think somebody inadvertently grabbed his face mask. Yeah.
Got a 15-yard face mask, and
His head turned, so I'm assuming they're going to call it a 15.
They'll catch it every time.
Maybe not. Who knows? Yeah, that's 15.
Personal foul. Face mask called against the Vikings, and we're back in the same situation we were, Brett. Back on the West Columbus side of the field with 41.7 to go.
Yeah. Still need 5 yards to get the first down.
Quarterback roll. Turns it up, picks up a couple of yards. Close to first down yardage, but the clock's still running. Hunter Hester on the keeper.
Clock stopped to move the chains, I believe. And a timeout by West Bladen.
32.7. And West Bladen, at what yardage line we got, Brett?
The ball's going to be on the 32, 33. My fault, 33. I was drinking some Mountain Dew there.
33-yard line. You got 33 yards. You got 32.7 to go. You do have, it's first down. So the question is, if you're the West Bladen coaching staff, what do you call?
Well, you don't want anything deep. So you're going to send, you're going to keep your corners back relatively deep, probably 12 to 15 yards off the ball. But misdirection is what you're going to look for here because you're going to clog up the middle. So I don't really think there's going to be much up the middle. But maybe look for a passing pattern, a crossing pattern, possibly with a.
I think here's the other question you have, Brett. If you get caught for lost yardage, you got a good kicker. Do you want to go for that field goal, maybe make it 21-3, get some positive momentum? But if you have too many negative plays, almost intercepted by Unique Kelly. Unique Kelly saw a lot of pay there, just couldn't get a hold of the ball.
Yeah, he jumped that pass there. And that's probably from film. They knew that they were going to run that, and he knew to jump that pass and just off his fingertips.
25.2 to go here in the first half. West Columbus up by 3 touchdowns, but West Bladen threatening. Once again on the 32, 33-yard line, 2nd and 10 for the Knights, and quite a bit of field yet to go to get their first score of the ball game.
We'll bring up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 for the Knights, and not a whole lot of options at this point that have been successful if you're the West Bladen offense.
I mean, I think you're still in passing situations here. I just don't see you running the ball. But.
Drops back to pass. Hunter Hester. It falls incomplete, 3rd down.
West Columbus doing a good job covering up the pass there.
Pass by number 12, Hunter Hester, deflected by number 1,
Xander Axelberg with the deflection, having a nice game on defense. And it's crunch time for the West Columbus defense. Backed up against their own goal line, 30 yards to pay dirt. Can you make 2 plays and keep the shutout going?
West Columbus backs have been playing real well.
Hester.
There we go, intercepted.
Xander Axelberg.
He might go all the way, guys.
Xander Axelberg going to the house.
Pick 6 by Axelberg.
Xander Axelberg with a pick 6. How many yards, Brett?
No laundry on the field, baby.
How many yards on the reception?
I would say 70.
70 yards on the interception return. Xander Axelberg with an interception return for a touchdown and a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Return yardage for Axelberg in the about 120 yards right now.
Yeah, there weren't nobody catching him. He saw that green grass, he saw that G, and he said, I'm going for the big G, baby.
They say about 73 yards. Strickland once again. 10.8 to go, and what a way to punctuate the first half for the Vikings. Kick is up, and it is no good.
Off to
Our
the
score
left
with
just a little bit.
10.2 to go.
No good.
27-0 in favor of West Columbus. Xander Axelberg, here's a stat for you.
We're going to call
Yeah.
it a 73-yard
Yeah.
interception return for a touchdown.
73 yards on the interception, 53 yards on the fumble recovery. Xander Axelberg, 126 yards of turnover yardage, leading the West Columbus defense.
Yep. Defense have played really well tonight for the Vikings. 2 defensive scores. Hey, you get 2 defensive scores each night, you got a great chance of winning.
And if you're West Bladen, you're looking around, what just happened?
Yeah, I mean, that changed on that.
That's deflating, Brett.
And you know what? That's that inexperience at quarterback, Kevin. That's that inexperience there, so can't put it all on his shoulders.
West Columbus 10 seconds away from having 84 unanswered points to start the half.
Yep, good job.
My math skills are working good. I had to take off my shoes to do that, Brett. But I did it.
Please put them back on.
Yeah.
I hope this second half don't turn into a half that we got to do some filler information, because we usually get in trouble when we start filling
Franklin
some time.
hates that.
I know he does. I like that song, though. I think they played this at my wedding.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear it for the West Columbus DJ tonight.
There you go. I like it. I'm up here dancing. My man back here knows I'm dancing.
Yeah, we getting jiggy with it.
Too bad he can't throw the video on us, right? Here we go. West Columbus going to kick off. Strickland using that leg again. Daddy may have to ice down that leg tonight.
Once again, deep all the way to the 20-yard line, picked up by West Bladen. Goes around the right-hand side. Stopped before he gets too far at about the 35, 36-yard line.
Good job by West Columbus
Oh,
kickoff team.
and he flips over the fence.
I think they got a flag on that one. Did he flip over the fence,
He
Kevin?
flipped over the fence and then hopped back over in one jump.
That reminds me of that movie, The Blind Side.
Yep.
Where he blocked him like to the parking lot.
Another great shot by our camera crew, picking him up, flipping over the fence.
I wish we had rewinds, because I didn't see it.
Yep. The guy knows.
Maybe we can get down TV 6 or 3 tonight.
Yeah.
Where's my telestrator? We can come up here and show you what happened.
Great gymnastic move by the young man. And here's the impressive part, Brett. He still held on to the football.
Wow. That is pretty good.
You're going to go home and watch that tonight, aren't you?
I will. I will.
It's right before halftime.
Well, when I go home and critique everything you do, I'll check that out too.
Oh, yeah.
And send you my notes on what you need to do each week.
And remember,
That you've never opened.
Hey, send all comments and complaints to Brett Burris, care of South Columbus High School.
Do it. Do it. Room 305. I have me a new big board now that I can do some technology on, man. I'm so excited. It's awesome. Columbus County Schools are doing a great job in getting the teachers what they need to teach and be effective.
Penalty brings the ball out to midfield. And
There it is. That's half.
That'll be the halftime. Our score, West Columbus 27, West Bladen 0. And Brett, that was an interesting first half. And if you're a West Columbus fan, you're starting to get really excited about the possibilities this season.
You may even go buy another
sausage dog
over there after that half. Good job by West Columbus. Looking good.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be followed up by our interview with Ronna Gore, principal at West Columbus, and our intern, Travis Lemon, here just after a quick timeout.
The NFHS assembles educational leaders at the NFHS Winter Meeting and the NFHS Summer Meeting. One of the highlights of the summer meeting is the National High School Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The NFHS established the Hall of Fame in 1982 to recognize individuals who make outstanding contributions to interscholastic athletics and the performing arts. The more than 450 inductees represent a truly lasting testimonial to these great American traditions. The NFHS also annually sponsors National High School Activities Month in October to spotlight the individual and collaborative efforts that make sports and performing arts so important in education. Every summer, the NFHS hosts its National Student Leadership Summit, which teaches high school students from around the nation life skills that will assist them throughout their lives. The NFHS also established 4 associations to meet the needs of individuals who work in specific professional areas. These include associations for athletic coaches, for officials, for music directors, and for speech, debate, and theater coaches. Members of the Coaches and Officials Associations benefit from the education programs offered by the NFHS. The NFHS has developed the nation's leading high school coach education program, including its signature course, Fundamentals of Coaching.
Fundamentals of Coaching is interactive and a foundational learning experience for every teacher coach at the interscholastic level.
Hi, Coach. Good to have you here.
Other educational offerings include the NFHS First Aid for Coaches, created in conjunction with the American Red Cross, along with numerous sports-specific elective and free courses. The NFHS provides officials the tools and skills to conduct fair contests and enhance their careers through an innovative set of online courses, as well as online access to rules and casebooks in a searchable format. In addition to athletics, the nation's high schools also offer equally important performing arts activities, such as music, speech, and debate. The NFHS oversees those programs at the national level. Spirit and competitive cheer are yet another very important component of high school activities programs. The NFHS network celebrates the accomplishments of student athletes in 27 different sports and activities at the national level. Those events can be viewed live on.
Okay, we are back at halftime. Student intern Travis, we're going to throw you deep into the fire right off the stop, man. I mean, first night, how are you enjoying your first high school football game?
It's real nice. This is my first time being the one. I've never been to one before. Nice to close-up view from the top and seeing it on the computer and stuff. It's really nice.
You know, tell us a little bit about yourself, Travis. Travis Lemon is a freshman at CCCA. What brought you to CCCA?
Well, first, you know, once you finish, you get that extra credit because it's early college. But they also provide you with something called a super senior year, which you may not get extra credit for completing it, but you go in there in the college with extra knowledge.
Absolutely. Getting a chance to get that associate's degree. Got to give Ms. Falk a lot of credit. She just had a couple of students get their certification with their camera work, doing a fantastic job. 4 of them, they're on our Facebook. But, so talk to us a little bit about, why broadcasting and what brought you into the broadcasting program?
Well, what brought me into it was you get to practice, your camera work. Say if you ever want to, start a YouTube. You know when to get the right angles and what you need to follow because you've been in broadcasting. Also, you can start your commentary career.
Absolutely. As you've seen, Brett and I we don't stop talking.
Yes.
So we're going to get you a chance to maybe do a little bit of commentary a little bit later on in the year. I mean, is that what you want to do when you get out of school? Probably. If not, it's something that has been in my head. Absolutely. And broadcasting career, I mean, you can do a lot with the certifications you get at, CCCA. Matter of fact, Ms. Falk just put out last week that the Myrtle Beach Pelicans are looking for a third base camera for a week or two as we end the season. So the chance to put into real-world action what you're doing. So, I mean, also Friday nights, if you look at the fifth quarter or the show on WCT with the high school highlights, our students produce those highlights. So you're getting real-world experiences in high school. So, again, thanks for coming by, talking with us a little bit, Travis. We're looking forward to having you a lot this year. And, again, a lot to step up into, but you look like you're ready for the challenge.
I'm ready. Don't worry, I'm ready.
All right. Thanks, Travis, for stopping by. We'll take another quick break, and we'll see if we can get Ron Agor up here, the new principal of West Columbus High School.
Officials who constitute NFHS rules committees collaborate to develop rules specifically suited for high school competition. They do this through annual rules questionnaires, rules committee meetings, rules review committee meetings, and in-person and online national rules interpreters meetings. This rigorous process is a key reason why high school sports have an excellent record of protecting young people from injury. The NFHS also provides funding for sports injury research through the Authenticating Mark program. Products displaying this mark meet NFHS specifications for high school use, making athletics fairer, more consistent, and less hazardous. In response to concerns about health and risk minimization issues in interscholastic athletics, the NFHS created the Sports Medicine Advisory Committee. This group meets twice a year to assess risks in all sports and to update the Sports Medicine Handbook. In addition, The NFHS has an ongoing injury surveillance program and collects data from across the country. Of particular note are the proactive efforts of the NFHS in concussion education and management.
The athletic trainer said you've done a good job following your return to play protocols since your concussion a couple of weeks ago. Is there a problem?
Not with
Including
that.
the acclaimed, popular, and free online course, Concussion in Sports, What You Need to Know. The NFHS offers many other useful publications, some in print and some online. Its flagship publication, High School Today, is distributed to the superintendent, principal, athletic director, and school board president in every high school in the nation, keeping educators informed about issues related to interscholastic activities. For high school coaches, NFHS Coaching Today is available on both the NFHS website and the NFHS Coach Education website. Other prominent news publications include the Court and Field Diagram Guide and the Forensic Quarterly, along with the online National High School Sports Record Book. In addition to the largest meeting in the nation for athletic directors, sponsored jointly with the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association, the NFHS assembles educational leaders at the NFHS Winter Meeting and the NFHS Summer Meeting. One of the highlights of the summer meeting is the National High School Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The NFHS established the Hall of Fame in 1982 to recognize individuals who make outstanding contributions to interscholastic athletics and the performing arts. The more than 450 inductees represent a truly lasting testimonial to these great American traditions. The NFHS also annually sponsors National High School Activities Month in October to spotlight the individual and collaborative efforts that make sports and performing arts so important in education. Every summer, the NFHS hosts its National Student Leadership Summit, which teaches high school students from around the nation life skills that will assist them throughout their lives. The NFHS also established 4 associations to meet the needs of individuals who work in specific professional areas. These include associations for athletic coaches, for officials, for music directors, and for speech, debate, and theater coaches. Members of the Coaches and Officials Associations benefit from the education programs offered by the NFHS. The NFHS has developed the nation's leading high school coach education program, including its signature course, Fundamentals of Coaching.
Fundamentals of Coaching is interactive and a foundational learning experience for every teacher coach at the interscholastic level.
Hi, Coach. Good to have you here.
Other educational offerings include the NFHS First Aid for Coaches, created in conjunction with the American Red Cross, along with numerous sports-specific elective and free courses. The NFHS provides officials the tools and skills to conduct fair contests and enhance their careers through an innovative set of online courses, as well as online access to rules and casebooks in a searchable format. In addition to athletics, the nation's high schools also offer equally important performing arts activities, such as music, speech, and debate. The NFHS oversees those programs at the national level. Spirit and competitive cheer are yet another very important component of high school activities programs. The NFHS network celebrates the accomplishments of student athletes in 27 different sports and activities at the national level. Those events can be viewed live on any device, bringing the fan experience anywhere at any time. But the single greatest endorsement for high school activities remains success of the students themselves, the young people who go on to make our communities and our world a better place for everyone. All as a direct result of their involvement in high school athletics and performing arts. We never know behind which doors young people may find the answers they're seeking. That's why so many people are committed to keeping those doors open. Opening doors to opportunity, to good choices, and to learning. That's what high schools are all about. But an important part of the student's education lies beyond academics, in other kinds of classrooms, the ones called stadiums, gymnasiums, and school auditoriums. Here, the learning comes from interacting with others and from exploring personal limits. These are the doors kept open by member associations of the National Federation of State High School Associations. The NFHS represents more than 19,000 high schools in 50 states and the District of Columbia. Their programs impact the lives of more than 11 million students, as well as their parents, families, and fans. As the national leadership organization for education-based athletic and performing arts activities, the NFHS helps students to develop good citizenship skills and healthy lifestyles, and to take part and get set for life. Founded in 1920, the NFHS is headquartered in Indianapolis, Indiana, and is governed by a national council composed of one representative from each member association, as well as the board of directors, with members from 8 geographical sections of the United States, plus 4 at-large members. The NFHS sets the direction for interscholastic activities by building awareness, establishing consistent standards and rules for competition, and educating those who oversee high school sports and performing arts. To promote fair play and minimize the risk of injuries, the NFHS writes the playing rules for 17 high school sports. The administrators, coaches, and officials who constitute NFHS rules committees collaborate to develop rules specifically suited for high school competition. They do this through annual rules questionnaires, rules committee meetings, rules review committee meetings, and in-person and online national rules interpreters meetings. This rigorous process is a key reason why high school sports have an excellent record of protecting young people from injury. The NFHS also provides funding for sports injury research through the Authenticating Mark program. Products displaying this mark meet NFHS specifications for high school use, making athletics fairer, more consistent, and less hazardous. In response to concerns about health and risk minimization issues in interscholastic athletics, the NFHS created the Sports Medicine Advisory Committee. This group meets twice a year to assess risks in all sports and to update the Sports Medicine Handbook. In addition, the NFHS has an ongoing injury surveillance program and collects data from across the country. Of particular note are the proactive efforts of the NFHS in concussion education and management.
The athletic trainer said you've done a good job following your return to play protocols since your concussion a couple of weeks ago. Is there a problem?
Not with
Including
that.
the acclaimed, popular, and free online course, Concussion in Sports, What You Need to Know. The NFHS offers many other useful publications, some in print and some online. Its flagship publication, High School Today, is distributed to the superintendent, principal, athletic director, and school board president in every high school.
Second half action about to begin, Brett. You know, we almost had to stop where we were stuck, and we were too busy enjoying the tunage. You know,
Well,
from
it's
bad to worse, if you're West Bladen, West Columbus, deferring the first half is going to catch the second half kickoff.
Yeah, you know, West Columbus is, you know, they got their foot on the gas pedal, and it looks like they're going to keep the gas pedal on down.
Jalen Belly back deep to receive, and I'll tell you something. Now that Bellamy and Unique Kelly are picking up some, you know, on the other side of that offense, Cameron Eady's, the lanes are getting bigger and bigger and bigger for his running.
And the West Columbus defense, what they're looking for tonight is getting that zero, that shutout.
Over the shoulder catch, back and forth he goes. Takes it to about the 27 where he's brought down by the Knight defense.
A lot of dancing back there. Gained about, you know, about to the 23, it looks like. No, 28.
How do you feel about all that jitterbugging, Brett? I've always been,
Well,
you know, I'd rather see a kid run a straight line. You can get away with that sometimes in middle school.
Yeah.
But some of that jitterbugging is a lot of dancing and no progress.
Yeah, because you're not going upfield when you do that. You know, a little juke here and there, but, you know, go ahead and go north and south.
Shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Here we go, first and 10.
Hands
Straight
the ball
handoff.
Straight handoff. He's up the middle. Woo! He is to the house. Cameron Eady takes it a good 70 yards at least, Brett.
I'll tell you what, Kevin, the first 3-4 offensive series for West Columbus was a little suspect, but But they've kicked it in gear, and they showed that they're a pretty good team these last 4 or 5. From the 28, so you do the math.
Yards.
There you go.
72 yards to the house on the first play from scrimmage here in the second half, and Cameron Eady was barely touched. 33-0 our score.
Nice blocking up front. Got past the safety.
And 72. Cameron Eady, the recipient of some other players stepping up with Bellamy and Kelly starting to have big ball games. The lanes are getting wider, and Cameron Eady's taking advantage, and he didn't need much to start with. Kick is up, and the kick is no good.
Extra point is no good.
And
good kick, I think, just went right off to the left. Had good leg on it.
Just like that, West Columbus up 33-0 here in the second half. And, if you're West Columbus, how long in this second half do you leave your starters in?
Well, being at the second game of the year, and I know these kids have worked really hard to be out there on that field, you got to leave them in for the fourth or third quarter. Don't matter what the score is, but now, looking at the fourth quarter, you probably start
Does it make a difference if West Bladen scores? Because I think if you're West Columbus, do you play for the shutout, or do you play for the teaching moment? Be conservative with injuries, being this is a 1A team against a 1A team, and let your JV kids and your younger kids play the fourth quarter.
Well, you don't have to do wholesale substitutions. You can throw in one or two here, but you still want that goose egg on the board at the end of this game.
Do your math, Brett. 55 and 33.
Man, don't even go there. That's
88.
8. Yeah, 88. Yep. I got it. I mean, I learned my multiplication tables last year with my oldest daughter, so I'm excited. Yeah. Don't ask.
And I heard she really enjoyed her accelerated reader.
Yes, she does. She does. She loves it, and I'm excited to have her back doing that when school starts.
Deep kickoff picked up on about the 18, picking his way around the right-hand side. And just one man to beat.
And he's got him.
And he's got him, and he will go all the way back. That's number 2, Tydrick Stewart. Tydrick Stewart with an 82-yard kickoff return.
This football game's turned into a track meet, Kevin.
82 yards on the kick return, and that's the first points given up by West Columbus this year, and none of them by the defense.
More math, Kevin. How many seconds did it take to score 2 touchdowns?
36.
There you go.
36 seconds into the second half, and we've had 2 scores. Sorry. Again, though,
got some fireworks over here, though, both ways.
Yeah, they gave up the shutout, but the West Columbus defense has still not given up a score yet.
It's true. We may have jinxed them right there talking about
kick is
shutout.
Up.
Yep.
And it was good.
You know what? You put that behind you there, and you say comeback defense. We're going to give them those 7, but that's all they're going to get.
So,
you come to my kitchen and get a cookie one time, but not again.
Does that affect your substitution pattern in the second half when you're up 26?
No, you're gonna have your players out there to play.
Again, the defense stout as advertised. West Columbus offense growing up before our eyes from the beginning of this ball game to now.
Yep. A lot of good learning moments here. West Columbus defense is there. I've given to them there, and they're looking a lot better offensively too. So, steps forward. That's what you want to do. Steps forward. And what we've seen this year that we hadn't seen years past, you hadn't seen a lot of laundry on this field. Mm-hmm. These guys seem to know exactly what to do and where they need to do it, and they look really like a well-oiled machine. You got to get that back to the coaches there. Coaches do a great job with these guys.
I was talking with Jeff Axelberg at halftime. This group, last year, this year, next year, is that first group of kids that came through that youth football program in the West Columbus area. And it makes a big difference when these kids come up with a fundamental knowledge of football and a strong foundation.
Yep. It also helps you got a Dollar General beside the high school too, so that helps out also.
Can't have too many Dollar Generals. Fumble picked up. He's going to go dance around the corner. Stiff arms again. And he's going to get run out of bounds. His defense doesn't, almost flips over.
I thought he was going to get a face mask there, but they pulled it off.
Here's what I'm thinking, though. If I'm West Columbus right now, I'm moving these fences.
Yeah, they've came into play a couple of times, but, you know, you go into halftime up. What was the score halftime? 28? No.
27.
27. You go up 27-0. You lose focus a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think West Columbus maybe has lost a little focus right now, and I'm sure Coach is going to get them back on track and where they need to be.
1st and 10 Vikings as we start, first offensive play, the second offensive play of the second half for West Columbus. They are on looks like about the 21, 22-yard line.
Yeah. And look for West Columbus to do a lot of the same things they just did in the first half.
And I'm looking at the West Columbus offense right now, and that spread offense with one back, and there's not too many people that can stop Cameron Eady. Bellamy with the carry picks up 1 or 2, but with that spread offense, Brett, if Cameron Eady is able to break one tackle and get into the second level, Cameron Eady is going to see a lot of green in front of him.
Yeah. Well, they had a jet motion there, and the snap was low, so they weren't able to get that full burst of speed there, and it sort of blew up the play a little bit. That snap's big. Got to get that snap back there quick so your offense can do its work.
2nd and still 10 for West Columbus. 2nd and 7. This again why I taught English and was an administrator.
That's all right. We got a player down for West Columbus. Looks like number 2.
Bellamy. 10:38 to go, still in the second half, Brett, and a lot of ball yet to be played.
You got some juice I can get on that iPhone there, Kev?
Absolutely. Just that red cord, brother.
All right.
Now, did get a second quarter score just before halftime from Kelly Jones. Tells us South Columbus 7, East Bladen 0, late second quarter.
Yeah, had a chance to go down to the concession stand and saw Worley Edwards. You know, he gave me an update on the score. They're actually recognizing Dan Beiser over there tonight for all his contributions that he's given over the years.
Hand up back around the other side to Edie.
Nice move.
Edie makes it around the right-hand side. Still running almost to midfield. Yeah.
Did a good job. I mean, his shoulders were going upfield. He gave that little juke moving and then kicked it in the 5th gear and got him about 28 yards there.
28, 29 yards. West Columbus looking with a 1st and 10 on their own 46. And again, holes open wider and wider. The more options you have for West Columbus, the harder it's going to be to key on just one player.
And that's good to get you back focused. Right now you're back focused again offensively and getting back to work.
Blitzer misses the back, but the defensive tackle does not, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
52 come up and made a pancake on that one.
Number 11, Aaron.
52,
Evans, the
Deontay
ball
Lacey.
carrier, brought down by Lacey, and that's what you call coming to a sudden stop. 2nd and 10 for the Vikings at the 47, and again, a good teachable moment for West Columbus in that they've got to regain focus because, they don't stop the game at halftime.
Yeah. West Bladen's playing a 3-4 defensive front, bringing both linebackers each time.
Around the corner he goes. Stutter steps, takes it all the way down to the 26.
So that's what you do, Kevin. When you see both linebackers come on a 3-4 there, you're going to take it to the outside because they've all shuffled into the middle and just run on the outside, and that's exactly what West Columbus doing.
I think what's unique is if you watch Cameron Eady, he doesn't look like he's running that fast. When he gets to that second level, he hits another gear.
Yeah, he sees them holes and hits it.
Yeah, you see him change gears, and it's just impressive with the way, he picks up steam, and he's always falling forward.
Another first down for the Vikings.
West Columbus on the night 27.
They need to change the
10.
down marker over there.
Fumble picked up, and he's going the opposite direction the way he should, and he's brought down way back closer to the 38.
That's not third down, is it? Okay. He's not going to change it.
It's going to be 2nd down.
Okay, he had second to start of that play, but he didn't flip it, so we good.
Loss on the play will bring up 2nd and 20.
2nd and 20 for the Vikings, going the wrong direction that time, Brett. And again, mental mistakes. hurt you if you're West Columbus. You clean those things up, and I'm sure knowing Lamont Williamson the way I do, great, really great coach. He's going to be harping on those mental mistakes in the film room on Monday.
Yep, that's exactly right.
And he's going to say, look, if we clean this up, they didn't do anything to out-athlete or out-execute us. We clean up ourselves, we're going to be hard to beat. Backside counter up. Once again, picks up a couple.
Oh, nice.
Somehow he slips the tackle and gets first down yardage.
They hard to tackle, Kevin.
I believe that was Bellamy with the carry. And, again, making chicken salad out of chicken stuff, I guess.
And our sophomores, Taylor Lancaster.
Picks up the first down yardage, and if they don't beat themselves, West Columbus is becoming a quality offense.
1st and 10 from the 14.
1st and 10 from the 14, deep in night territory. 5 minutes to go. Sorry, 7:59 to go here in the third quarter.
Direct snap.
Direct snap around the right-hand side. Unique Kelly with the ball. Picks up a couple.
Ooh.
Fumbles the ball. Picked up and advanced for a few more yards down to about the 3.
Can you advance?
Dave Craven Axelberg with the recovery on that one.
Can you advance a fumble in the high school like that? I guess you can.
And picks up the first down and makes it 1st and goal.
You can't advance a fumble there. They bring it back to where he fumbled, I believe. No, they didn't. Thought they were.
1st and goal for the Vikings, knocking on the door. And look, Ma, what I found, another Axelberg with another recovery.
Is that from the 4? 1st and goal from the 4?
Roughly. Up the middle.
23.
Number 23, Edie. He
denied just about a yard short, Kevin.
Takes it to about the 1. And I wonder if those Axelberg boys, if there's any leftovers around the house, they scarf them up just as quickly. Because I'll tell you, they're picking up everything and anything today. They're picking up any loose ball, and they're making it happen. And I've been told if they pick up the room that well, Dad would be a much happier man. I would say that, but Chef would get me on Monday. Direct snap around the left-hand side. He's up, and he is
Did he get in, Kevin?
for the touchdown. Unique Kelly with a 1-yard touchdown for the Vikings. Our score now, 39-7, 6:44 to go here in the third. Once again, the Vikings starting to settle down, and they're starting to get it rolling once again.
Another good offensive set for West Columbus. They had a little bit of adversity there with a penalty, but they shook through it and, came pay dirt.
Strickland once again on the field. He's between punts and extra points and kickoffs today.
He missed his last 2, though. Let's see if he can come back here.
Kicks it up, and it is good.
That was good.
Our score was 6:44 to go here in the third quarter. Vikings 40, Knights 7. And I'll tell you something, Brett. Vikings making a statement early in this season that they're going to be there when it counts at the end.
West Columbus looking good, up 40-7, totally in control of this game, looking to go up 2-0 for the first time in
17 years.
17 years. And who they have next week, Kev?
They're off next week.
Off next week.
Sandhills game moved to October 23rd,
Okay.
I believe it is.
Okay.
And so they'll have off next week. We'll have the Vikings a couple more times here. We will have them in the rematch of last year's thriller against South Columbus on homecoming night here in
That's right.
Sarah Gorda. And I can tell you the Vikings faithful are looking forward to that one.
Yeah, that should be a big crowd for this place over here. South Columbus always travels well. See if we can catch a football here, Kevin. We're trying.
Brett's going to try and do it one-handed, y'all.
Nobody don't want to throw us one up here, but that's okay. We'll get one before this season's over.
Oh, yes.
All right, don't want to give up a touchdown here if you're West Columbus. You gave up a touchdown last time on your kickoff team. You want to make sure that you cover your holes and know your responsibility.
Right now I'm looking at that no man's land between about the 32 and about the 12.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to try and kick it into that spot and just see if my boys can run underneath it. Realistically, if you're looking at West Bladen tonight, the special teams have played pretty well.
Yeah, they have. And their kickoff team has done real well, except for that one breakdown. But all it takes is one breakdown.
if you're West Bladen, you're playing hard. It's just,
And
right?
kids hate practicing special teams too. That's the thing that they
And
hate the most.
realistically, Brett, it does not get attended to during scrimmages.
No, it doesn't.
So special teams are usually rough this time of year. Deep kick picked up on about the 16. He'll try it once again. Try the right side, back to the left. And
There you go.
Too much shooting and not enough movement, and he's brought down by the center of that Viking kickoff team.
Nice job, making adjustments from the last time. Covered their lanes well, field holes. Good
Corbin
job.
just didn't have a lot of green in front of him, but he did have a lot of blue shirts.
Yep.
1st and 10 for the Knights on about the 35-yard line. 30-yard line.
1st and 10 Knights.
Viking defense yet to give up a point this year. They did give up 7 on the kickoff return, but the Viking defense yet to give up points, something I know they're very proud of.
Yeah. And sure they are talking about that right now and wanting to get that defensive goose egg out there.
Only giving up 3 first downs the entire ball game. Whole season.
Oh, wow.
And now that we provided bulletin board material for every other team that's going to play them. Off around the right-hand side, slips a tackle, picks up a good 6 or 7.
But that's where you're going to gain yards on West Columbus. You're not going to get any through the 3, 4, 5 hole.
Right.
You're going to have to go on outside of the tackles to gain any yards on this West Columbus defense.
Stoppage and play. Looks like we got a injury on the field.
I think he's getting up. No.
Trainer's on the field, so. Vikings up 33. Dangerous position in the game, Brett. You want to stay aggressive. You want your kids to learn. But, you've got to be careful. We're early in the season, and you really don't want these young men getting hurt.
Yeah, it's like one of you big linemen coming off right there, number 65, walking off a little gingerly there. Let's grab you a name. That is 65, right? DJ Bryant.
DJ Bryant, yeah.
Let's hope that young man's just got a little stinger possibly. Get back on the field.
But I can tell you, it hurts a lot less when you're up by 33 than when you're on the opposite side of that scoreboard. Counter around to the right-hand side, picks up 1 or 2, about a yard short of first down yardage where he's knocked back. Noah Hall, the ball carrier.
Close to the first down mark.
Going to be about maybe 3rd and 1. Yep. Clock continues to move. The friend of the Vikings at this point.
Yeah. Ronnie Sampson, referee out there, longtime buddy, referee from Robinson County. He's been around in Columbus County, Robinson County for years. Told me he retired last year. Congratulations to Ronnie. We've had our battles.
You battled with pretty much every official in this area, haven't you? Drives back, quarterback keeper, picks up the first down, and probably about 2 or 3 more, and he'll get a first down.
And you see what West Bladen's trying to do. They've learned they can't go at the teeth of that defense, so they're trying to go outside the tackles.
Again, nice idea, maybe a little too late, but, probably the best place to attack is on the corners and maybe that 7, 8, 9 hole. 1st and 10 for the Knights, just short of midfield on the 45.
Clock running, 5 minutes left to go, 3rd quarter.
High snap corralled.
Nice play.
Backside counter, played well by the defensive end from West Columbus.
It's like number 1 there on the tackle.
Sander Axelberg. Defensive end staying, outside linebacker staying home, reading his keys, and that's how it's taught. 2nd and 12 for the Knights, now on about the 43-yard line. Second and 12, clock ticking down just under 5 minutes. Knights moving from right to left.
Well, that's motion over there.
Motion. Yeah. You had one man in motion, and your offensive tackle decided he was going to go in motion too, but unfortunately he was forward.
That's going to march the Knights back 5 yards, going to make it about 2nd and 16 or 17. Let's say 16.
Brett, now you've got your young ladies. How old are they now?
I've had a lot of changes since the last time we've been together, Kevin. I got a brand new, she's 9 months old now. So old man with a baby is what they do when they see me.
So now, how old are Indiana and Piper now?
They're 9 and 7.
So you got two that are going to be starting school on Monday. Are we ready?
I hope they are.
Did you get your school supplies and all your school stuff?
No, because Columbus County Schools is hopefully going to take care of that this year.
Columbus County Schools not, asking parents to buy school supplies in these tough times, really trying to say, hey, we got you on this.
Yep.
And that's definitely going to help a lot of families.
Yep, it sure will.
Yeah.
He gained about 4 yards coming out to the left side here.
Again, not attacking the center of that defense anymore, trying to pick the spots on the corners.
But we did buy some school supplies. Piper showed me her school supplies today and showed me what I got. You always got excited about school supplies. I wasn't a big school person, but I love buying school supplies.
I know school supplies, Brett, but the school clothes shopping is the part that got me. Mom did that whole jiggle in the pants thing, and I was just mortified, especially as I got older.
Yeah.
When I was 16 or 17, that was just horrible.
Yeah. Well, we got a little change in our dress code this year. You don't have to wear the certain color shirt anymore. You're more choice. We're all about choice
Absolutely.
now. So.
A couple of good, nice changes that Columbus County is trying to work with folks on, and it's going to be a great school year. Drops back to pass, takes a lick, ball's incomplete, and he paid the price for getting it off.
I tell you what, he's got good zip on the football if he can just get it to his receivers. Good tight spiral.
West Columbus not letting that sophomore quarterback get comfortable back there, and to their credit, they see, the starter's not usually in. You're going to say, a young man, prove to him if you can complete it before we,
Coach Hill was telling me that the point guard for the basketball team was their quarterback last year but didn't play this year.
That's correct.
So, and that, when your returning quarterback doesn't come back, decides not to play, that's really tough.
Second down and 10 once again.
Ooh.
Fumble on the snap.
He snapped the ball and hit himself in the butt.
Alertly covered by the upback.
What's that play called?
I don't know, but if you ask Mark Sanchez, he knows what it is.
Not the play you wanted if you're West Bladen there on 3rd and about 10. Well, actually, did they go for it on 4th down? Was that a 4th down play? No. Oh, on punt. Okay. All right.
Yeah, bad snap on the punt turns it over.
Okay.
And West Columbus, once again, in good territory on the night 41. Now, your girls obviously are on bus riders. I think they go with Sean over to William Township School. Talk to us a little about first day. And I know teaching high school is hard for you to get over there. Cameron Eady goes around the corner, picks up another, and unfortunately,
23's grabbing a hamstring there. Looks like he might have got a little.
Don't want to play doctor on this, but kind of rolls up that hamstring, and that might be a big blow for West Columbus.
Yeah, let's hope it's just a cramp, Kevin.
And he has run a lot tonight, so.
Yeah, we're hoping it's just a cramp. It's like, how's the crowd taking it, Coach? They okay? Yeah, I know how that is.
He's a tough kid. I mean, he's able to shake a lot of things off, but I'll tell you.
Yeah, that thing came up and got him quick. You could tell.
Oh yeah, and I tell you, when you get a cramp, that sometimes hurt worse. It's like being shot in the leg.
It's going to be first and about another 10. I guess it's no gain.
Once again, we are getting off a close spread. It's 40-7. We're about a touchdown or two away from a rolling clock.
Yep, that's right. Forgot about that. That is instilled in high school sports now. 40, is it 44?
44.
44, yeah.
Now, let's go ahead and get this play off. We'll talk a little bit more. Hand off to Bellamy, I believe. Picks up about 5 or 6. Evans on the carry, correction. Now, Brett, you have to work at South Columbus High School, but how does, first day of school work with you and Sean and getting these girls off to school?
Well, first is dragging them out of the bed, and I'm getting them excited. But they're usually excited the first day of school. All children are excited the first day of school, and we just hope that we can keep that same excitement, as the school year goes on. And these teachers do a good job of, loving these kids when they get to school.
Offside against West Bladen does not. Oh, actually a false start. Looks like the man stepped across. So.
But our teachers do a great job of nurturing our young kids here in Columbus County and loving them. All these teachers do it for the love of it. It's a community service type job. You don't get paid an awful lot.
I'll tell you what was great, Brett, is the convocation this year. First time in about 4 or 5 years, the excitement in that auditorium of all the schools and all the teachers getting back and getting ready. The energy to start the year was really amazing.
Yeah, I shout out again to Columbus County Schools for putting that on. I think the last convocation we had, Ron Clark was the guest speaker, the National Teacher of the Year, and that's been about 10 years ago. But, good job putting it. It's a big undertaking to have.
Makes the counter, drive steep on the fade route. We got a receiver open.
Got it.
He is in for the touchdown. Axelberg to Freeman, 28 yards, touchdown Vikings. Axelberg to Freeman.
And again, Strickland's going to come on to try to tack on the extra point.
I think he was surprised that man got behind the safety, and all he had to do was put it up there where he can get it. Freeman went up and got it. And
throw it up, Coach. I'll get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Catch it at the highest point, baby.
That's right.
2:25 to go. Vikings now up 46-7. Once again, Strickland, 7 extra points last week, and I believe this is his 6th or 7th attempt tonight. It's up, and it is good. Vikings 47. Knights 7.
Need 4 more points.
44. So, if you're West Bladen right now, you're not necessarily looking for the bus, but if you're a West Bladen coach, what are you telling your young man? What is the teachable part of this that you can take back with you?
Well, the first thing you got to do is you got to tell your kids, get your head up. We're here to play a football game. Don't put your head down. Let's work on some things to get us better for the upcoming games. Of course, you're not going to come back, down 40 at the end of the third quarter. So just, hey guys, let's score a offensive touchdown and try to get our points on the board offensively. They were throwing out T-shirts there, Kevin. I didn't get one of those either. I need a West Columbus T-shirt. All these coaches and people over here tell me they're going to get me a West Columbus shirt, and I hadn't seen one yet, but I'm going to put it on if they give me one.
Yes, and as you remember, as of last year, Brett Burris is West Columbus's favorite announcer.
That's right. That's right. Hey, I love West Columbus. I'm not going to lie to you. Good school. I love my Stallions, but West Columbus is a really good school also.
We got some great high schools in Columbus County doing some fantastic things. Really look forward to this year at the halftimes of these games, talking up some of the great things going on in Columbus County schools.
I actually interviewed for my first ever teaching job here at West Columbus.
Picks up around the left-hand side, slides around. And
just slow him down. There you go. Nice tackle.
Nice tackle.
Woo! Not up in here, baby. Not in my house.
He wasn't giving up a second one.
Strickland makes a great tackle on the outside.
Strickland just said, oh, heck no.
He's got part Godwin in him, too. He's from Beaver Dam blood.
There you go.
Yeah.
West Columbus kicked him. It's like, no, not again. Strickland's like, it's not happening. West Bladen with the football on about the 32.
Even though you kept him, Coach Williamson's like, we got to make some adjustments. We're going to go to film and see where we're breaking down in that coverage.
33-yard line, first and 10 for the Knights. Almost drops the step. Miscommunication. Somehow picks up maybe a yard before he's brought down by the center of the Viking defense.
He ran about 8-9 yards, but I think he gained 1. He saw Axelberg coming through the middle, and he said, I'm going to turn on a dime. And
again, a little miscommunication on the snap with that young quarterback. And, when that happens, it just throws the whole timing of the playoff. And two games into the year, with a new quarterback, you really haven't had a chance to work those things out.
See, we got Brandon Smith on the sideline for West Columbus. He's a former Stallion, owns Nell's Restaurant out there on 904. Go by and check him out. Great food. I like getting those chicken wings over there. You know what's better than a chicken wing, Kevin?
What's that?
2 chicken wings.
There you go. Brett Burrs and I will work for food, so send us some food. We'll send you a shout out.
You know, we must be doing a horrible job because we hadn't had any sent up here yet. What's up with that?
We got to work harder.
Still waiting for that food and still waiting for that West Columbus shirt.
And I'm telling you right now, if you get a chance, go down, see the FFA table, get yourself a sausage dog, maybe 2, maybe a pork chop sandwich, some great eats down there. Next week, Brett will be over at Civitan Stadium on the campus of South Columbus, and I hear they got the funnel cake and the fried Oreos.
Sounds good to me. Speaking of pork chop sandwiches, was that a good pork chop sandwich the other day at the convocation or what? Oh, you didn't like it? Man, I think it was good to me. About an inch thick. Smithfield, I guess, helped prepare that or whatever. Shout out to Smithfield for helping out Columbus County Schools. Tater chips were good.
Tater chips were good.
How about the muffin? Did you eat that muffin?
They give you a nice bag with all kinds of fruit and everything. Yeah. And I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of me, but it don't look like I ate a whole lot of fruit.
You ain't a fruit eater? Okay.
Now, the muffin was great.
The what? The possum?
No, the muffin.
Oh, the muffin, okay.
Although I do know a restaurant in Charlotte where you can get some possum pie.
Yeah. Well, let me know a little bit later. I don't know if I'm going to try that one yet. All right, here we go. 3rd and about 5 for the Knights of West Bladen. West Columbus trying to make a stop here, trying to keep this defensive
round the right-hand
zero
side.
Going. Nice play.
10 not get away. Yeah, he grabbed a hold of that shirt and for all it was worth.
Yep.
Joseph Hall, hands about the size of bear claws, grabbed a hold and would not let go. Is that Hall or Graham? It was Graham, excuse me.
That's 4th quarter.
3 quarters in the books, Brett. West Columbus up 47-7, and Knights with a 4th down coming up in Viking territory.
Let's give a shout out to West Columbus's cheerleaders. They've done a great job all night out there getting the crowd into it, doing a good job. You know, cheerleading is a big part of football also, so I want to give a shout out to the cheerleaders. I'm going to tell you right now, if anybody tells you cheerleading isn't a sport, has never watched high school cheerleaders and high school cheerleading competitions. I agree with you, Kevin.
Yeah. Because I'm telling you, as a principal, I got more nervous when I watched our cheerleaders stunt than I did when I watched our athletic teams play.
Yep.
Now, I can also tell you, West Columbus band sounded good tonight.
Yeah, they did.
New band director with South. We're going to hear them next week. But
oh, wow. Awesome.
Got a 6-month-old tomorrow, young lady.
You crawling yet or not there yet?
Hey, sweetie.
Not there yet. Mine just started. She's into everything now. 8 months.
As long as we're giving shout-outs, let's give a shout-out to our kids at CCCA. A lot of them doing their first ball game tonight. Yeah. First chance to really, apply what they're learning in school, and they're doing a fantastic job.
They are. They always do a great job. And, you just hear us, but there's a lot of these kids behind the scenes actually putting it together.
4th down for the Knights. West Columbus almost gets the block, goes deep. Peter call. Everybody stay away. And the ball will be down on about the 15-yard line.
I tell you, I'm impressed with West Bladen's punter. He's done a great job tonight by getting the ball out there, getting it to a place where
really flipping the field and making West Columbus work for their scores.
They are. He did a good job. You have any idea who West Bladen plays next week?
No, I don't. But okay. I know starting off with West and South to start the year was not a good luck of the draw.
They don't want to see Columbus County anymore for the next couple of weeks.
1st and 10 Vikings on about the, let's say the 17, maybe 18-yard line.
You hadn't got a South Columbus East Bladen score lately, have you?
No, I have not.
Okay. Maybe somebody will text us and let us know.
No gain on the play.
We looking, folks. Hit me up on Facebook if you got a score. We'll announce it to everybody. West Columbus in command, 47-7 with 11 minutes and 30 seconds left.
A little confusion in the personnel groupings as
well, he may be trying to get some, some non-starters in the game there, trying to give them a little bit of time.
Once again, one more score. We'll put this in running clock territory.
Okay,
West
West.
Bladen goes to South Brunswick next week, and that's going to be a tall order too.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Is that a safety or
Goes
is
back
he?
the other way, close to it, and we are back on about the 7, with
Okay.
it being second and about 17.
Yeah, going down to South Brunswick's a tough task too, because South Brunswick.
Stout last year had a great
with
year.
Rocky
Lewis
down there has done a great job with that program.
Second in a bunch for West Columbus, heading the wrong direction, but the clock mercifully moving if you're a Viking fan.
Well, what you want to do here, you just want to get you enough yards where you can get a good punt out of your own end zone. Because you're on about the half-yard line, it looks to me, from here. That's motion. That's going to back it up another 3 inches.
Again, you're at the point where you're starting to make those wholesale substitutions, Brett, and these are things not having had a lot of time for JV practice or to work with that second and third team that, you know.
Is it 1st and 10?
They're revealing. It's still
Okay.
about first and about a bunch.
Yeah, well, it's first down. There you go. Nice job getting out of the deep territory there, getting up to about, what, the 7-yard line?
And it's only now second down, Brett, and it's still makeable.
Yeah. Say that a little louder for the ones in the back. Is it 4th? Okay, all right.
Okay, it is 4th down. A lot of confusion both up in the booth and on the field of what down is, but apparently West Columbus is going to kick it.
I knew.
Blocked.
Yeah.
And picked up. Safety.
Yeah, he's got to do a little. Got to get that ball off quicker. He's taking 2 and 3 steps before he punts. I'm sure they'll work on that.
Our score now 47-9, Brett, and none of the 9 points have been given up by the defense.
That's true. That's true. You know, you're fortunate that West Bladen didn't fall on that for a touchdown.
So here we are, 9:24 to go in the game, and your defense is not giving up a score, but there's still 9 points on the scoreboard.
That's right. That's right.
That is unique. Not unique, Kelly, but unique.
Has anybody heard anything about Happy Feet and how he's doing and stuff like that? Okay, cool.
Happy Feet getting some reps at running back. We're hearing at the college level, and good to see these Columbus County kids getting the opportunity at the next level.
I'm sure he's probably tuned in to us, Kevin. So
shout out to the Denori Happy Feet Mac. You know, weird when you're finally done playing, Brett, and you see these kids that are still playing after you.
I'm sure he's salivating at the mouth. Would love to be out there on that field dressed up in that blue.
Absolutely. Free kick for the Vikings. They'll kick it off from about the 20-yard line. And interesting things going on here. Still a lot of ball yet to be played, and a good teaching opportunity for both the West Columbus and the West Bladen coaching staff.
We got a South Columbus score. Thanks for the text message. We got East Bladen High School 29, South Columbus 14.
Long kick with a shooter's roll, and all the way back taken by number 2. And he looks to go back the other direction, and he'll be taken out of bounds at about the 40, 41-yard line. That we don't got. They're playing West Brunswick. Yeah. By about 15, yeah.
If y'all want to get your 50-50 tickets out, I'll be announcing that here shortly. Prize is $150.
Tydrick Stewart had a chance. Couldn't do much with it.
50 tickets out. We'll be announcing that.
Me and Worley Edwards went and watched the Phillies play this year, and we got in the 50-50 at the Philly Stadium, and the pot was $43,000, and we were 2 numbers off.
Close, but no cigar.
Yep. We were talking about all the stuff we would buy, but just didn't work it out.
29-12.
14.
What's that score?
Pull it up again.
29-14. Watch it.
Flag on the play. And that's going to push West Bladen Knights back about 5 yards.
14. Yeah, 29-14.
First and about 15.
East Bladen at South Columbus game. East Bladen 29, South Columbus 14. Again, East Bladen 29, South Columbus 14.
A snap. Quarterback wasn't looking there. So it's going to be another penalty on the West Bladen Knights. Marching back. Marching back 5 more yards.
Yeah. We're endeavoring, if you're out there and you've got a Whiteville, West Brunswick score, we'd like to have that too.
50-50 will be announced at a change of possession or next time out.
First and 20 for the Knights.
And West
back
Bladen,
in their own territory.
Well, credit these West Bladen kids, Brett. They're not looking to get back on the bus. They're still trying to play their hearts out tonight.
Yeah, he moved forward
Moving
before
forward,
the ball
yep.
was snapped, so that's another penalty.
West Bladen with wholesale changes also.
It's
so.
not arena football. You can do that in arena football, but you can't do it here on the high school gridiron.
But getting back to what I was saying, West Bladen, these kids not looking to get on the bus. You know, credit these young Knights, they're still playing hard.
They are. They are. You know, your high school kids, you know, they're just out there ready to play and have fun. And, you know, they're probably not even really worried about the score there. And you really don't need to worry about it. The coaches just wanting to make good things happen.
These young men, you know, especially these ones coming off the bench, getting a chance to show with the coaches what they can do, you know, getting valuable time in the early season before we get into playoff time.
Fumble on the play. I think he picked it back up. It's going to be a loss of about 4 for the Knights, and it's going to be second and about 10, 28, somewhere around there.
It'd be second and the old Sarah Gorda School.
Second and Chapman, because we're going that way.
Going Chapman, yeah.
Yep.
Second and Chapman. Or would that be Evergreen?
No, Evergreen's back that way.
No,
Yep.
back down. So that, if they were going to the sideline.
Yeah,
Okay.
sideline. Getting a geography lesson up here.
Now, he could probably tell you in feet, and he can probably convert it. So, now, Brett, I heard you have quite a find this summer that you got yourself. I think it was a Mickey Mantle card.
I did. I picked up a bucket list card that I've wanted over my years, and you know, took that thing straight to the bank.
If you ever get a chance, talk to Brett and take a look at the collection of cards he's got. Brett, quite the connoisseur, quite the collector, has some really good cards.
Got some Jagger Haynes cards.
Jagger
Haynes, a former West Columbus Viking.
And I've been told that he's, you know, he had the Mackenzie Gore card from San Diego, and he's probably looking for the update to pick up the Mackenzie Gore.
Yeah, going to be an update on that one. That's right. That's right.
High snap, corral by the quarterback. Drop
Good
back
job.
in the backfield.
Good job by number 1, Xander Axelberg, coming through that middle again and causing havoc.
Tydrick Stewart looking for any kind of help, does not get any.
Xander Axelberg has been a thorn in their side all night long.
Actually, both Axelbergs have.
Yeah.
4th and a bunch for the Knights once again. 7:30 to go here in the ball game.
Kevin, did you do anything interesting this summer?
I don't know. I kept my head low and my mouth shut. I've been told, you know, sometimes that's discretion is the better part of valor.
That's
so,
exactly right.
Yeah. If they can't find you, you can't get that much trouble.
Yep. Oh, blocked by number 1. There's Thorne again in the side. Axelberg with a nice block.
And he picks it up, and he's going the other way again. Axelberg in the end zone.
Wow.
I hate to say it, and I'm sure some of y'all are going to hate to hear it, but Axelberg with the recovery touchdown once again.
Nice job picking up. Everybody stopped playing. He said, I'm not stopping, I'm going. And brings it to the pay dirt. There you go.
He's going to be awful hard to live with, I'm telling you.
We went to Atlanta Braves game, the family. We went down and watched the Atlanta Braves play. That's the first time I've seen them play in their new stadium. I loved it. I don't know about my girls. I bought them a little air conditioner to go around their neck to help them out, but they still complained about it. But, you know, it's those little things, Kevin.
Kick is up.
Brian Strickland yet again to attempt the extra point.
Strickland kicking his, I think, his 7th or 8th extra point. Yeah. kick is up.
I think it's off to the right there, Kev.
And it is no good.
No good. Somebody's your score. West Columbus 53, West Bladen 9.
Now,
What you got?
you've had 53 points this week, 55 points. They're averaging 54 points a game, Brett.
And that may be the most that West Columbus has scored in the first 2 games in a lot of years, too, now. That's something you can actually maybe try to find out.
If I'm West Columbus, and if I'm West Columbus right now, I'm really fussing Sandhills because not being able to play that game, they're on a hot streak, and unfortunately they got to take the week off. The Sandhills game having been moved to next month, and if I'm West Columbus, I want to play somebody this week.
Well, any idea why the Sandhills games had to move?
They're trying to get a few more players.
Okay, all right.
Once again, the tunage up here is excellent.
This was my walkout song back in the day, Fresh and So Clean, baby.
And you are fresh and so clean.
Well, maybe not now.
After tennis practice, I don't know about the clean part.
Woo! Speaking of tennis, we started out 1-0.
Heard you had a big win the other day.
Played West Bladen, and we actually got first day of school. We've got we're going to East Bladen.
Ryan Strickland set the kick for the Vikings.
Strickland once again a kickoff. Strickland with 7 extra point attempts and now 7 kickoffs.
Yeah, he's going to have to ice down that leg when he gets home.
I don't know if you have many kickers in the conference right now who've had as many kicks as Strickland's had in 2 ball games.
I can agree with you there, Kevin. I think it's going to be out of bounds there. Yep, just goes out of bounds.
Just out of bounds. That looked like my golf shot. It started off bad and got worse.
Yep.
You know, last time I played golf, got my shot lined up, got my hands right, put my head down, swung it right through the windmill into the little clown's mouth.
Really? Oh, man. Well, that's what you want to do, right? There you go. Maybe that's your calling. So, Kevin, y'all started school, right?
We started school. CCCA started August the 3rd.
Okay.
And you could tell the difference between us who have been in school and all the other schools who are starting this Monday.
Yep.
You know, 'cause they were doing a wave over there at the convocation. I mean, they were hooting and hollering.
Yeah.
CCCA, hey.
Yeah. You know, this is one of the latest, dates that we've started here in Columbus County in years, because I can't remember having 2 Friday night football games before we actually start school. So
Here's the thing that's going to get you, Brett. You got 5 days next week, then you got a 3-day weekend for Labor Day.
oh, man. 3-day weekend?
Yeah, 'cause you got Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
I may just go to school for the heck of it on Monday, get some stuff done.
That might be all the time you get to take care of your classroom.
Yep. I tell you what, I'm ready to go. I got my classroom ready. I got my new board up. Got my book ready for me. I got a book for financial literacy.
Quick question, Brett. We got a 44-point lead. Shouldn't the clock be running?
All right, 50-50 time. Y'all get them out.
Okay.
Well, we have a timeout
50-50
call,
time.
but we are at a running clock once this time comes back in. 44-point lead, running clock in high school football.
It is 7, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 8.
Right now, the only issue in doubt, Brett, is the 50-50, and they're calling the numbers right now. And sadly, we didn't win once again.
Up to the press box.
Nobody asked me to buy any of it. You know, I would have. I had my $10 ready. So next week we're
At South Columbus,
Okay.
for South Columbus Loris, the traditional border battle, Brett.
Okay.
And tell me a little bit about what you're hearing about that game coming up next week.
Well, Loris, they beat Green Sea this year. Loris, I heard, had a lot of good athletes out there, so, it should be a really good battle over there at South Columbus. Always been a big traditional game, battle of the border or whatever. It was a little bit bigger when it was Tabor City Loris, but, a big game for South Columbus coming in, and, South Columbus hopefully going to get back on the winning side after this week.
No game on first down. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Knights.
And this game's actually going to get over really quick here, Kevin. So
High snap, corralled by the quarterback, takes it himself. Pick up maybe a yard back to the original line of scrimmage.
he was looking for somebody to hand it off to, but it's like he was calling and nobody was home.
There you go. Just under 4 minutes to go. The issue not in doubt. West Columbus going to be going to 2-0 for the first time since 2005, Brett. And a lot to be excited about in Sarah Gorda, Fair Bluff, Evergreen, and Chapel.
Yep, it's exciting, to see this program do really well. They've They've worked hard under, you know, Coach Williamson and the other group of coaches. Got a really good group of coaches out there too. And, you know, it's like I used to tell my players, you work during the week, but you get paid on Friday nights.
Big stick by number 75.
And 52.
52 and 76.
76 and 52.
Frank DeLeon and Noah Godwin combined on a tackle. Got that thing stopped before it even got going.
Even Noah's got his email address on here too. How about that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Make him, you know, Father Bobby Godwin proud tonight.
If you need any pressure washing, Bobby Godwin and his son do a good job pressure washing.
Or assistant principal, call Bobby Godwin.
Yep. Or ADing.
Or ADing, that's correct.
Yep. Yeah, yeah. Bobby's a
jack of all trades.
Master of everything. So. Bobby's a good guy. I had a chance to work with him years at South Columbus.
Shanks the punt, hop high and goes short.
But he got the bounce.
Gets the bounce all the way over to the West Columbus territory and down to the 47.
Now, I tell you what, West Bladen's punter is punting a lot tonight, too, now.
And I'll tell you, he's dug the team out of a couple of holes. Okay, bad stats of the night.
Okay.
If you're West Columbus, you're averaging 54 points a game.
Uh-huh.
Your defense is giving up none, but your special teams is giving up 9.
Uh-huh.
Your team as a whole is giving up an average of 4.5 points a game.
Okay.
And you've given up maybe 5 first downs in the first 2 ball games.
A plus the square root of 12 gives you defensive average of giving up about 37, 38 yards a game.
And the hypotenuse is?
Well, that's the reverse of it. So that will be positive 40, negative 44. So
they lost people when they started putting letters with it. Just about 90 seconds to go here in the ball game. West Columbus in no hurry to snap the ball. And, you know, mercifully, everybody getting out here mostly healthy. A couple of cramps here and there. But West Columbus now 2-0 and has 2 weeks before their next ball game, right?
Yep. And I don't know, that might not be a negative for them. Because when you're winning, you want to keep on playing. So that
Ryder Haynes, number 55. Okay. I got to give a shout out to a lineman, Brett. Ryder Haynes picks up 5 yards for the first down, and that big man's feeling it.
He's saying, Coach, I've told you all year I can run the ball. Give me the ball. So hey.
Let me play, Coach. Let me play. Ryder Haynes, brother of Jagger and Bailey Haynes, both great athletes at West Columbus, staking his claim, says y'all not the only ones that can do great things on the athletic field.
.30 seconds left to go.
Around the corner we go.
32.
Number 32, Javari Dorsey, the ball carry.
Javari Dorsey, the ball carry, picks up a nice yardage and what looks to be the last play of the ball game.
Yep, I think that's going to do it, Kevin. Going in here 53-9 in favor of the West Columbus Vikings.
Vikings 2-0, Brett. A lot to look forward to. And if I'm telling you right now, I'm calling Sand Hills back. Y'all want to rethink that?
I was a sophomore in high school.
Okay, hey, quick score for you. Whiteville. Hang on, let me see it. Here's a quick score for you. Let me get this. Whiteville is up on West Brunswick 64-48 with 2 minutes left to go in the third.
Wow, in the third?
West Brunswick, 2 minutes to go in the third.
2 minutes to go in the third. We'd like to thank everyone from West Bladen for coming out.
We'd like to thank y'all for coming out, Brett. Both teams a lot to look forward to this season. Early growing pains for West Bladen. West Columbus starting off hot. Got to keep it going.
Yeah. You know, and I look at those kids out there shaking hands, and one thing I see for West Columbus that you didn't see in a couple of years past is numbers. Mm-hmm. You see a lot of numbers out there for West Columbus, and that helps out. And, you know, the pride is getting back into this program over here, and credit to Coach Lamont for doing a great job and his coaching staff. And, you know, good things coming to West Columbus here. Success
breeds success, and these kids are starting to get hungry for it, Brett. We talked about it last year. They really came of age, and this year they're coming for everything they can get.
I want to give out a shout-out to John Browning for giving us some scores, listening to us at home. Mr. Browning, really good teacher and now assistant principal in Tabor City, so shout out to him for all he does.
Again, next week, Brett, the Border Clash, always a great ball game no matter what the records. And you got two teams that are really going to be hungry to get after each other, separated by what, maybe 5 miles of real estate?
Yeah, it's not far. It's
and
not far.
Always a good ball game. Brett and I will be back next week on the campus of South Columbus at Civitan Stadium. Cannons roaring, band going, and it's going to be a hot time in Vinegar Hill.
Check us out.
So, for Brett Burrs and I, Kevin Tillman, we'll be back next week with more Hometown Nights under the Friday Night Lights. Catch us on the Friday Night Game of the Week next week on all the Columbus County social media networks and 89.9 WZCO.
Behind which doors young people may find the answers they're seeking. That's why so